Welcome back to the Pop Punk Emo Supremo podcast featuring your host, Roper Dog.
Hey, yo!
And featuring myself, Hunter.
There he is.
You gotta do like, there he is.
There he is.
Okay, I'll take it.
Oh, you like
I
that?
like the New Yorker.
Oh, I like that.
I just have to say, I have been looking forward to this episode since we started the podcast.
This idea has been in the pipeline since we started.
It's incredibly original. There is
Yes.
no other idea like it. No one has thought to think of their 5 favorite records to talk about and then talk about them.
Yeah, like, it's such a novel concept. Like, I can't believe we fucking thought of it, dude.
Honestly, I was on a lot of blow.
Huh.
Yeah, I would just be like,
That's where you get your best ideas.
top 5 albums of the year.
Like,
whoa.
Wouldn't that be great? That'd
2020.
be great. That'd be great, huh?
Yeah,
Wouldn't
that'd be great. I feel like this is a good year to do this too.
It is. It has been a great year for albums.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like 2020 kind of a stinker. With
Year-wise.
that whole, people dying of a virus thing.
people dying of wearing masks.
People dying of the lack of breathing from masks. That's a statistic, I'm sure.
And we still don't know who the president is.
Yeah, we... All right. Okay, all right.
They never fully announced it. Like, who is it? Come on.
It's Obama again.
Fuck yeah.
And just so they can bring back the meme. Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. Thanks for 2020, Obama. I'm sure it is his fault,
Yeah.
His wife changed school lunches. Can't buy Skittles at school anymore. Like, thanks, Michelle Obama.
Thanks, Michelle. That really should have been what the meme was.
Yeah, it's really all her fault, not Barrick's.
Do you want to... Do you want to talk about music?
I think it's high time that we do talk about our favorite albums of 2020.
2020.
2020.
All right, well, here we go.
Let's do it.
Roper, tell me your top number 5 pick.
My number 5 pick. It is a little throwback to episode 1, but it is Self-Care by yours truly. Not me, the band Yours Truly.
Oh.
This album came out September 18th of 2020. This is their first full-length album, and when announcing this album, they had spoke with Second City Report, saying that they felt a tremendous amount of pressure following their 2019 EP Afterglow, which, if you haven't heard, check it out. It's very good. Lead singer Michaela Delgado told them, "We called the record Self-Care because writing it helped me do a lot of healing. I hope whoever listens to it can find their own message or healing in these songs."
Why'd you laugh?
Because I'm reading that really weird.
Oh. I like
Michaela Delgado shared with them earlier this summer to know that having a million emotions about a situation in your life is fine. Taking time to look after yourself is key, where self-care comes from. So
I can already tell that Roper did a lot more research than me.
I did work on this for about 3 days.
I worked on mine for about 2.25 hours. But in my defense, I killed it. Just so everyone knows. But yours truly,
Yeah.
Roper, I have to say, and I'm pretty sure I made this comment on the podcast that I was kind of like, I don't really like female vocalists as much. And
Yeah.
you were like, what are you, sexist? And I was like, no. Which I'm not, but
I like girls.
But I really have to give it to Delgado. I just learned her name.
Yeah.
And I really have enjoyed listening to that record. I don't put it on probably as much as you do, but I definitely have gotten a newfound respect for her vocals, like, because I think they're really what makes that album.
I know, and I think that's what hooked me at first. And like if you take her vocals out of it, the band is also really good.
Oh, they're crazy good.
Like, I wouldn't say perfect pop punk band because perfect is a high standard, but like they're fucking great, dude. Like, the first song that I found by them was Siamese Souls, and it was off. I think I found it on Spotify just scrolling through artists I may know, or they might have popped up on a different playlist. And right away, like that first or Siamese Souls just like sucked me in. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check out the rest of this album, and I didn't shut off the album. Most times when I listen to an album or something new, I listen to like maybe 2 or 3 songs. I'm like, oh, that was all right, and then I just put it on like the back burner. But this one, I listened to it all the way through the first time. I'm like, God, this is great, and I wanted to compare them to Paramore and stuff, but I don't think that's really fair anymore since there's so many female-fronted bands coming out now, and I mean 2 of them coming from Australia with Stand Atlantic and these guys.
Stand Atlantic released a damn good record this year.
Came out this year too. Unfortunately, I'm not as into them as I am yours truly. I do appreciate them, and I wish I would have actually listened to their album a little bit more this year, but
yeah, they were singing about dinosaurs.
I know.
It's all I can remember, but I remember enjoying it. So yeah,
this is a great album and it's fun.
So hit me with your first song.
The first song that I chose. I know I had other picks on episode 1 of the pod, so I decided to pick a couple of different songs to talk about. I picked 2 different songs to talk about.
Very nice.
As opposed to when I first talked about this album. The first song that I picked was Glass Houses. And I had wrote, this song is upbeat and is really catchy. The song gets right to it about repeating the same mistakes in a relationship and watching that relationship wither away because of those mistakes. It's teaching us a lesson about needing to be upfront about issues to maintain a healthy relationship instead of ignoring it. So,
I feel like that might be a trend throughout.
I tried to, well, I mean, I can't like try and fix my favorite songs off of each album. They just kind of come to me. But with this album, there is a lot of relationship issues. And with further albums, there are some common relationship themes on my list. But, I mean, these are what stood out to me. So,
Roper, you stand out to me.
I try. I try to stand out in the middle of a crowd, but unfortunately I'm 5'6", so it's really hard to stand out.
You're not 5'6".
I am.
Really?
Yeah, I'm short, dude.
Oh, man. I'm 5'8", so I'm not that much taller.
You look like a giant compared to me.
Yeah, but only gut size.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyways, some of the lyrics that I chose were, trust that in the end, we're back to where we started again. Not long till we're just playing pretend. Are we just hiding from ourselves? And we don't live under clear skies anymore. Always preparing for another storm. I'll always do it alone. So kind of some deep stuff.
Always do it alone. Well, I feel like it's just all right, I'm trying to remember Roper's list because he did give it to me, and I feel like a lot of these songs we talk about today are going to be some deep, sad songs.
I mean, they don't sound like it on the exterior, but once you break down the lyrics...
Yeah, you break down... And that's kind of what I was discovering today, breaking down lyrics of the songs that I've been doing.
Yeah.
But, Roper, I want you to continue, mainly because I want to talk about my songs.
Yeah. You hold your horses.
I'm holding them.
Final thoughts that I have on this song. You know, when I first listened to this album, obviously like Composure and and Funeral Home stood out to me more. But as I listened to this album a lot more, some of these, or like this song and the next song that I'm about to talk about, started to stand out to me. And then today I was even listening to it, and there's a song called Heart Sleeve, I think, that really stood out to me too. So if this is any indication on how good this album is, then like I have a hard time picking my favorites off of it.
That record flows incredibly well.
Oh my God.
And it's so hard for me as a listener to like pinpoint which songs I like because to me it's all one giant love fest of a song.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
And you know that's a good album though.
Oh yeah, when it just flows and you're like, oh fuck, it's done? Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, dude. The next song that I picked was Ghost. And this song is about feeling invisible and reclaiming your identity. Keeping your head up instead of letting it get to you and moving on. So I kind of identify with that sometimes. I feel like I'm in the background of a lot of people's thoughts, but I know that's not true. I just get in my own head a lot.
I literally wake up and think about what you're doing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, man. I got you back.
But also, too, this song, I mean, this year was a difficult year for a lot of us. So, like, this year was, I would like to call it my rebuilding year. So, with the whole reclaiming my identity theme, I really identified with it, too. So, it's very cool. I cluttered all my notes, so it's hard to transition into what I'm going to say next.
Just anytime you need a pause, just be like, so that's very cool.
It's very rad. Very sweet. Some lyrics that I picked from this song were these hands feeling worn and real tired. I can't create it if I fake it. Painting pictures of skies that were red when I thought I was dead. Am I feeling more alive now? Or is this just from the come down?
How do they spell come?
C.
Yeah.
U.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. They are Australian, but I'm pretty sure she knows how to spell.
Well, okay. I'll take your word
Spell
for
it
it.
the normal way. Yeah, this song fucking slaps. It's very good.
I'm trying to specifically remember which one's which, because like I said, they all.
Because I'm a ghost to your noise. That's the song that I'm talking about.
Ooh, I just want to snap along, honestly.
Yeah, this one sticks out because it's really just like poppy and like it gets you. I mean, all their songs are really poppy and fucking pop. Like, I can't describe it. It's just fucking great. You should definitely listen to this album if you haven't.
Yeah, I feel like what makes pop punk is they have like those catchy choruses and verses and stuff that it's easy for you to sing along to. Yeah. Which is I believe that's why a big reason why we like it, but they also have the intensity of like a punk song, you know? I was really thinking hard today about like genre bending and like what makes a song a certain genre. Yeah. Is the creator saying it's a genre, or is it because it sounds? I mean, to me, it's always going to be, well, it sounds like this, so I'm going to put it in that box.
Yeah. I have such a tough time labeling things anyways, because I can take this band or like a band like Movements and consider them like all pop punk, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even though like everybody will put their extra labels on it, they'll say like Movements is like hardcore experimental sad boy stuff, and like adding all those extra labels when it should just be like classified as one thing, like punk music. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
it's a gripe that I have.
It's just like I don't want to offend anyone where I'm like, they're like, oh yeah, my favorite band's like A Day to Remember, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really into pop punk music, and they have some really good tracks, and they're like, oh, it's a metalcore,
it's metalcore, but surfing rock music.
It's described by the gods as, and by the gods I mean Jeremy McKinnon. But
he etched it in stone as. What did I just say? Butt rock? No.
Butt rock.
Metalcore.
Great. We lost half our listeners.
Surfing rock and no, I love A Day to Remember.
I love A Day to Remember.
Anyways, my third song that I picked off of this album was the opening track, Siamese Souls. And I know I had talked about this a little bit on our first episode, but I said this album starts off with a banger, which is Siamese Souls. The song deals with a breakup, feeling lost, but looking for a false sense of closure in astrology just to feel better. Just like looking through like zodiac signs and saying like, oh, this is why he acts this way, or this is why she acts this way.
Man, I hate that shit.
I do too, and that's why I brought it up. I think a lot of people don't want to accept the fact or accept how they are, so they blame it on other things such as your zodiac sign, or which is just pure coincidence. Or I feel like people read into their zodiac so much and they're like, oh, that really is me,
because it's so open-ended. It's so easy for you to attach yourself to that idea. And I honestly could do a full episode talking about how obscene it is to like really base your life around horoscopes and stuff.
And like there's a whole thing that goes into the horoscopes that is super annoying, like the energy crystals that you lay outside and then you put it on your chest and it's supposed to like make you feel different emotions and moods. It's a fucking rock that you bought from Kmart, like
and for like marked up by quite a bit.
Yeah,
because
I could go to the Omaha Zoo and buy a $50 rock and I will still feel the same. And I'll be $50. I won't have that $50. Whatever. I was trying to sound like go on a rant, but
it's okay. I was here for it.
I can't word today.
It's okay.
But the lyrics that I liked, I picked the first verse. Constellations rising and falling, complications, blame it on myths and stories. And I've been kind of hoping that this was a mistake. You're feeling out of your place. And then it goes right into the chorus. I've been holding on to what was Siamese souls. You left. I've been through every stage of grief and I can't get over it. Are you feeling whole again? Is this separation how it ends? Because I've been holding on to what was Siamese souls. I will live.
Interesting. I wonder how she came up with the concept of like, or just the wording of Siamese souls.
Yeah, the way that I think about it, because I mean, they're the. You know what a Siamese cat is, obviously. They're the two cats that look similar, like. So these people are in a similar trajectory, and then she was thinking they were in this similar trajectory with their life, and then he ends up dipping, and then she's just like, I don't know. That's kind of my whole thing, is like they're living a simultaneous life, and it's not that anymore. Hence the blaming it on astrology.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, but I fucking love this song. This is the song that got me into this band. This song definitely cemented me as a fan of this band. Even after the first listen, it was one of those things where like you can feel it in your body. You're like, oh, that's nice. I like that song. And then it furthered me to falling down the rabbit hole with this band. So, my final thoughts on this whole record, scale of 1 to bop. It's a fucking bop.
Oh shit, we got the first bop. I feel like they all gotta be bops though.
Oh, I mean, if they're on this list.
Yeah, for sure. My initial thoughts on them, so like I was saying, initially turned off by female vocalists, but she really does have this energy to her. That, like really, there is something to her. I'm really excited to see the future with that band.
In that song Ghost that I was talking about, she hits this insane high note that kind of makes you like cringe, and like not like a bad cringe, but it's like tightens up your whole body. And you're like, oh yeah, that's great. That's the only way I can describe it. I feel like
we listen to music a little bit differently.
I feel it in my bones, dude.
It's okay. You got nice bones, Roper.
Bony knees.
Not again. It's back. Roper, is it my turn?
Hold on.
No, Roper. You got me excited.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to. I already said it earlier about comparing them to Paramore and how it's not really fair anymore. How these guys are making their own. These guys in Stand Atlantic are making their own like ways in the scene, and they're not. I mean, they're on similar trajectories, but they're also appealing to different fan bases. I feel like Stand Atlantic is the more so like commercial, neck deep side of it, kind of, and then these guys are just like that band that's gonna kind of be in that shadow, but they still write really fucking good music. So
yeah, I feel bad for any female vocalists in the pop punk scene because they're instantly going to be
always
compared to Hayley Williams.
And I feel like in a couple of years, it's not going to be that way anymore.
I hope
think
not.
There will be that little stigma that they will be, but I think it's just going to be more of a common thing of female fronted bands, which I'm hoping for. Like, we need diversity.
Yeah, I like a lot of diversity.
Yeah. All right, now it's your turn.
Woo woo! All right, Roper, have you heard of the band Spanish Love Songs?
I have. When I first heard them, I saw their like video on YouTube. We were playing a playlist, and it says Spanish Love Songs, and I just like look over at my friend Zach. I'm like, why the fuck is this? Like, why are they trying to play Spanish love songs when we're trying to listen to punk music, dude? And then I realized, oh, it's a band.
It's the band name. I will have to say, not a huge fan of the name of the band, but I wonder if there's a unique story.
I'm sure there is.
But anyway, Roper, their album Brave Faces Everyone.
This is a good album.
This album, I never listened to them previously. In fact, while doing research on this band, and by that I mean looking up lyrics, I checked out some of their older tunes because I had never listened to anyone. Which brings me to my first point, that this is Spanish Love Songs' third studio album, which I thought it was like the first or second. So learning a little bit today. And I was honestly just really impressed with this release. I saw that they were touring with the Wonder Years, and I thought I'd give it their new record a try, and clearly I fucking enjoyed it because it's on the top 5. And Dylan, which I found out is the lead singer's name. His voice really grabbed me, and I think if he is the lyricist, I'm assuming, is a fantastic lyricist.
This band reminds me of like if the Swellers and the Wonder Years made a child. This would be that band.
There's a lot of, I'll get to it later, but definitely a lot of inspiration from the Wonder Years.
Yeah, you can tell in their music.
So anyway, number 3 out of my 3 songs that I picked for this record is the title track, Brave Faces Everyone.
But I feel like burning down my life again.
So first of all, lyrics, like I was saying before, it tells a great story. This was honestly the perfect track to end the record with. It calls back to all the previous songs on the record in the bridge and in other spots of the songs, but the bridge is kind of the most prevalent, I think. Which is a really cool idea and gives me some Wonder Years vibes. From Sell Out My Funeral. And I never heard a band do it before the Wonder Years. I'm not saying they were the first to do it. But I'm glad to see that people are taking inspiration from a good idea.
It's like a swan song of this whole album. This album has a really good narrative to it. You know, it kind of sticks with one theme.
I actually listened to a podcast that the lead singer was on, and I'm glad I listened to it while I was re-going through this record because it made a lot more sense. With like struggles of essentially becoming an adult while having like crippling debt from college. Debt. You know, it fucking sucks. But I have to say, I think the ending of the song with Dylan just singing the line "Brave Faces Everyone" was, man, it just gives me some tingles. You know? I really dig it.
See, you do get those things in your body.
Yeah, I do. I feel like you describe them differently than I do. You're like, oh, I just cringe so hard when I hear it.
I cringe.
And I'm just like, the tingles.
I could say a cream.
No. So anyway,
sorry, Mom.
The relatability for me is a huge factor on why I chose this song and the other two as well. It tells the horrors of student loans and just becoming an adult and repeatedly falling down, which leads me to some lyrics. Roper.
Let's hear them.
So, all right, I'm running out of what comes next, running through jobs I'm going to hate, living paycheck to paycheck like my parents and their parents and their parents before them. I should be happy. I have no personal effects, but I've got my encore. I'm back living on their floor. And I don't know about you, Roper, but there was a brief period of my life where I went to college and I came back home and I was going to get a job and move. And instead of getting a job, I started a company that didn't go anywhere with one of my friends. So then I moved back to Florida and then I came back to Iowa again just to sleep on my parents' floor.
I didn't realize that. I knew Pennsylvania was in there somewhere.
Yeah. Excuse me. There was Pennsylvania. So it was college in Florida, then back home, then back to Florida again, and then Pennsylvania,
Jesus.
and then come back home. Yeah. So I've had a bit of a adventure under my belt. But yeah, just the line, but I've got my encore, I'm back living on their floor, was super hit me in the right spot. And then another one I got is I'm still paying off a good idea from when I was 23, a life spent living off loans. When I still don't know what I love, I'm over leveraged, my credit's gone weak. The city turned off the power, you know it's dark most of the week, but if I burn this place down, we'd have some heat. At least I'm seeing things more positively because I swear to God, I'm an optimist. And I know, like, it gives you that, like, weird vibe of, like, all right, so clearly you're seeing all the negativity in your life, but, like, then there's that quick change of, but I swear, you know, I'm an optimist.
Yeah.
He's trying to look at the best of things.
Just keeping his head up through this whole struggle.
Yeah, as someone who writes music, I have this pattern where damn near every single song, and by damn near I mean all of them, are all sad songs.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I'm a sad person or I'm, like, constantly negative.
Yeah, because
I
you're
definitely
not.
have aspects of it, but yeah, you know, I'm a person, and we all have moments of negativity.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that line really hit me in that way too. It's because, like, I also believe in a weird way I'm an optimist, but like a reluctant optimist.
Yeah.
Which I need to write that down. That sounds cool. And then the last line I have is, we don't have to fix everything at once. We were never broken. Life's just very long. Brave faces, everyone. Which he ends the song on. And it's just a testament to saying, as much as life throws at you, you put on your best fucking face and you march forward. I just have, like, this fucking kink for songs like that.
Yeah.
It's like knowing that life can suck. But yeah, fucking really dug that song. As Roper would say, it's cool. My next song is Losers.
Daring me to try with my blink mind. Says it's cheaper just to die.
So I really liked, or I should say loved, the guitars in this track. I think their tone was great for this song.
They have really good guitars on this whole album.
Huge fan of the bridge in the songs as well. I like that it really builds tension to the final chorus. Starts with a slow build up for a regular chorus to kick back in, and I think that's how you know it was produced really well.
Yeah.
So back to more lyrics here. I really like the line, "We sure as shit ain't moving home. Watching television we're stealing from our parents."
Yeah.
Which to me, it gives me a Menzingers feel.
Yeah.
Because that seems like a Menzingers line to me. It reminds me of the Midwest.
Where are
one.
these guys from?
I can't tell you because I'm not as good at researching as you, Roper. I want to say they're from the East Coast somewhere.
I want to say they are too, because
But-
I feel like there is that definite, like, East Coast style of pop punk.
Yeah,
you know?
100%. It's so prevalent to me in this,
Yeah.
so it definitely wouldn't surprise me. And we replaced my broken mattress with another hand-me-down. Talking nightly about nothing feels like giving up somehow. Haven't we faced enough to know this is how it goes? We're mediocre. We're losers forever. We're losers forever. So you can tell this guy is having a bad day.
Yeah.
But I like the imagery of having, like, when you need something new but you don't really quite get something new.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like almost, it's like if a homeless man begs for money and some guy comes up and is like, "Oh yeah, I got some money," and he hands him like 2 cents. You know, it's like, yeah, you got something that you needed. However, it's definitely not changing anything.
It's not what exactly you wanted. Mm-hmm. You know.
And just the idea of, like, talking nightly about nothing feels like giving up somehow.
Yeah.
It gives me a lot of vibes, but to me it was like, especially in my college days, that was like me discovering who I was.
Yeah.
So I felt very opposite to that line, but I still really liked it.
Yeah.
And the last part of this, and my bleak mind says it's cheaper just to die. The prick inside my head's laid off and daring me to try. And my bleak mind says it's cheaper just to die. the prick inside my head, laid off, and daring me to try. It repeats if you guys didn't know. I know. And my bleak mind says, this is all you got. Hoping all this time, but all you'll find is it gets harder, doesn't it? It gets harder, doesn't it? Man, I don't know why, but that hits me in the right way. So again, another great lyrically written song.
Very
great
good.
tones on the guitars. Just fucking killing it. But my last song off this album, Roper, so you can start talking again, is Kick.
You know the truth and what they say. The world's gonna kick you either way.
Do you recognize this song off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head, I do not.
Okay.
But
So it
I have heard
has,
it before.
in my mind, the best hook on the whole record.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't want to say on this whole list, but like it is one of my favorite hooks of the year.
Okay.
So we'll just kind of. I also should say that the intro really grabs me with this like simple but energetic start, and I think this may be the best visual storytelling on the record for me as well. I think these are definitely my favorite lyrics from the whole record, which I'm gonna jump into right now, Roper.
Cool.
When you saw your dad shoot up for the first time, it must have came as quite a shock. You sat numb in your room for hours, ignoring the afternoon's drop-offs. You picture him, arms outstretched in a song. After Sunday school let out, he dragged the family home, and you talk about Jesus.
I do remember this one now.
Yeah, it's just the imagery of someone having to watch a parental figure shoot up and then go to church, like following almost directly after. For whatever reason, it's bizarre to me because it was never something that would ever happen in my life personally.
Same here.
But I feel bad because there are plenty of people who have gone through similar stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fucked.
I saw you last week. We haven't talked since graduation. You're moving H with a guy to catch up, but it's clear you're using. I didn't have the guts to be a better friend, but what's another 10 grand gonna fix in the end?
Damn.
And
yeah, this song is really sticking out to me now.
Yeah, there was like, as someone who was incredibly good friends in college with someone who had definitely done his fair share of drugs.
Yeah.
And it scares me to think that, like, if he came to me, I couldn't help him, you know? And what I'm getting from this line is that his friends coming to him asking for money to go back to rehab.
Yeah.
And, the line, but what's another 10 grand going to fix in the end? Like, oh, well, he's probably going to relapse again.
Yeah.
So it's such a shitty situation because you don't want to waste the money on a relapse.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be a bad friend.
I don't think you're necessarily a bad friend if you can't exactly help them, though.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not like talking shit or anything.
No,
it's just a very thought-provoking line.
Absolutely. And my train of thought would go like, sometimes you kind of have to get yourself out of that situation to help the other person, to maybe open their eyes to see what they've lost, as opposed to just fixing the problem right away. Because there's so many people that use and then go to treatment, and then it does nothing for them because they still cannot kick the habit.
Yeah.
And once they've fully lost everything and everybody's turned their back, then they're like, oh shit, maybe I should turn my life around now. So I don't know, but that's my little rant on that.
It's a dirty, scary way to live.
It is.
And I've like I said, I had a friend who was in a situation like that.
It's tough,
it's
man.
It's hard to watch and not be able to do much.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of those people are just in their own head and servicing themselves, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, I'm sad. So anyway, last line here, and this is where the hook comes in. And it's in the chorus. Say, keep your head up if you're not okay, but not okay is what's expected. They claim you're a hero, but you died there on the couch. You know the truth in what they say. The world's gonna kick you either way.
Yeah.
You know the truth in what they say. The world's gonna kick you either way. I don't know, man.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
And like as you read the lyrics, it was all coming back to me in my head. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's a deep, deep song.
Yeah, I think this was definitely the number one album where I had to sit down and read the lyrics to appreciate it to a whole new level.
Yeah, I like how straightforward his lyrics are.
Yeah, there's no, he's not really hiding any bullshit.
He's not like
he's telling a very fleshed out story.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of thought this was like a concept album when I first heard it. How there was one single narrative throughout the whole album. It may not be the case, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure it pertains to his life, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, what song that brought me to them? I think the first song that I heard was "Beachfront Property."
I think that might have been mine too.
That one's got like a smooth guitar riff into it. I like that one.
Yeah, it's been this was definitely one of the records where I sat down and listened to it all the way through.
Yeah.
And I was like happy doing it. So it was hard for me to like piece out what songs I wanted to talk about.
This is definitely one that I want to get for my
vinyl player.
For vinyl, yeah.
Yeah, I would also like to get it, but I'm very poor right now. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
All right, Rope Dog, I am finished. It's now your turn for your number 4.
For my number 4, I picked Continuum by Macari, which came out November 6th, a day before my birthday.
It's pronounced Macari.
Macari.
Macaroni.
You're making a Macari of the music business.
That was the dumbest dad joke, and I fell hook, line, and sinker for it.
You did tell me off air that I would be a good dad someday.
You would. I did.
And it starts with the jokes.
Not the... Never mind. You just go ahead.
This is their most recent EP after their first full-length album, which was 2018's Hyper Real. For the EP, they teamed up with Andrew Wade, who has recorded bands such as A Day to Remember and The Ghost Inside.
I knew that.
This album is also an independent album, so there's no record label backing them with this.
Yeah, I heard a lot about. So Macari is a band that my girlfriend is super into, and she knows the lead dude Andy.
Yeah,
and he actually, while he was recording that record, he sent a Snapchat to her of, I think Jeremy was recording one of the new songs off their newest record, and I was like, that's so cool,
so fucking insane. Yeah.
Is there more, Roper? I did interrupt you.
No, like I don't do it to you.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, no label was backing him on this, and although it's not pop punk per se, it's more ambient style progressive music. I just said I hate fucking labels on music as I'm describing it.
And you know what's weird though? I'm not a huge fan of ambient music, but I think Andy, the lead singer, has a great fucking voice.
He's got an amazing voice. I've liked these guys since one of their first albums or first EPs called Paper Ghosts when Andy wasn't in the band. They sounded exactly like Seosin. And then I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they sounded exactly like them. So I think that's what put me on to them. But then once Andy joined the band, you can tell the difference right away. But I just didn't realize who it was until I think maybe about a month ago. Well, when this EP came out, I put 2 and 2 together because he put out a video of him covering the song Prisoner by Dance Gavin Dance. Right after that song came out. I'm like, who's this guy doing this? And then it turns out he's the lead singer of Macari. He's got 5 other bands too.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Dude is hella busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this album is beautiful. It's or EP, I should say. It's super emotional, and the music is kind of emotional in a way too, like the instruments and stuff, the guitars. The drums are really, really good in this album as well.
They're mixed really well.
This album's it's great. The first song I picked was Labyrinth. And from Macari's Facebook page, they had said that Labyrinth drops you in the mind of someone that believes we all have our own unique path. We too often romanticize the past, and even the sagest of guides only offer imperfect advice. You call this a song about hard truths, but we would say it's about tough, honest love. Oh, that's pretty deep.
Yeah, interesting concept.
Yeah. Sure. And I mean, if you listen to the words, if you read the lyrics too, you get what he's talking about.
Could you read the lyrics to me?
Yeah, I'll read some of the lyrics that I had.
I appreciate that.
You're coming up for breath, looking for a hand. You're running down a path you don't understand. In this unforgiving world, break your neck looking back to see what you had, but never face the facts because they make you mad. Now you're right back where you were. That's pretty.
I like how you said it with some attitude. Now you're right back where you were.
Right back where you were. I'm practicing this whole reading aloud thing, so if it sounds weird, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to
I feel like I'm making fun of you. I don't
No,
mean to. I was
no,
just having
no.
fun.
I'm just letting everybody know I'm trying to get better at reading.
Aw. Look at that Roper's improvement.
And,
we all are.
Don't follow me because I'll lose my way again. Just fall away because you'll never know what you could have been. Don't follow me because this road leads to an end. Just fall away because you'll end up back where you began. It's a labyrinth, dude. No, his lyrics are really deep. I enjoy them.
It's something I would never write, but
Yeah.
and not because it's bad by any means, but because it's just like I think when you're a writer, like I feel like there can be similar writers out there,
Yeah.
but whoever wrote the lyrics, I'm assuming Andy, did a really good job at making something very original and a little bit cryptic, but like also straight to the point. You know, if that makes any sense to anyone but me. But yeah, I was really impressed with what I heard from the album, and you reading the lyrics kind of enlightens that even a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
once you break down the lyrics in your mind, you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, it makes a lot of sense on what they're saying about this album. That's one of the things that like attracted me to this album. Like Hyperreal was good. I only listened to a few songs off of it though, but this one made me just like an absolute fan of these guys. So, what final thoughts? It was really hard for me to pick this over the other two songs just because like they're interchangeable in my mind. You can play any of them and I would still like put them on this list. The other songs that I didn't pick, obviously. I said Andy's voice is so smooth and melodic, matching the ambient guitars and the smooth bass with the hard hitting drums. Try not to burp.
Do me too.
Yeah, so that's my take on Labyrinth. The next song that I picked was The Fall.
Your world came down, you called it salvation, suffering like you can't get enough.
And this song I feel like this song is about watching somebody fall slowly into depression or some sort of dark path, not being able to help. They're content with being on this path and not wanting to change. You try to help them, but they don't take your advice. And some of the lyrics that I liked were just look around at those you let down. Oh, yeah. Just look around at those you let down. Keep your crown of ashes. There's nothing left now but the deafening sound of your self-serving actions. I watch your world cave in. You called it salvation, suffering like you can't get enough. So far gone. Hope you've enjoyed the fall like you don't even care at all. Yeah, I've been in those situations where you just like try and try to help somebody and they're just content with being fucked up and sad, you know?
Yeah, it is its own addiction.
Yeah.
And
I think some people kind of thrive off of that too. Am I
I
crazy
guarantee
for
it.
thinking that?
No, I honestly feel like at certain points in my life, I thrived off it.
Yeah.
Like I took pride in like being depressed.
Yeah.
Which is such a dumb thing to think
I know.
about.
I think some people, that's their way of like getting attention.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's just like, oh, I'm so sad, but pay attention to me. I'm not going to tell you what's wrong with me because I don't even know what's wrong with me.
For me, it was like a pride thing. It was like I was too proud of like how I naturally felt to try to fix myself. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, kind of.
It's
Because
like, yeah.
I think everybody's been in that mood where there's like, oh, woe is me, and I can't do anything about it, so I might as well exploit it, you know?
Yeah, because when I was sad, I separated myself from everybody.
Yeah.
And it was because all I wanted to do was like be alone and think.
Yeah.
You know? And that's in its own right dangerous.
Oh, it's very dangerous. I think I've only been like that once, and that's when I was like really, or like in my probably when I was 20-ish. I just didn't want help from anybody, but I was okay with just being like all sad and stuff. Now it's like if I have a problem, I need to find the closest person and be like, hey, help me out because I'm going to lose my mind.
Let's give me the talk. Give me the talk. Yeah, I feel that as well.
But I mean, as kind of cryptic as the message behind this song or what I think the meaning of the song is, this song is probably like the most upbeat song off of this album, and it's really really catchy once you listen to the chorus. Mm-hmm. So
if I remember correctly, this was my favorite song.
Yeah, this one's really good. This was really close to being my number one favorite song off of this album, but Mend, which I'm about to talk about, Mend is so good.
How good?
Like, scale of 1 to bop.
Yeah.
It's a fucking bop.
Not just a bop, but a fucking bop?
Fucking bop.
Oh, shit. I want to hear.
The Fall's a bop. But Mend, I don't know. I grew up watching this band from Indianola play, and their name was Mind Right. And I think that's the reason why I like such ambient rock music, is because that's what they were. And like, I had probably seen that band play over 50 times all around Des Moines. And they just had this unique ambient sound, and I think that's why I'm so attracted to it. So bands like Macari and even a later band on my list, it's hard for people to get into stuff like that, but bands like Macari and like Seosin, Circus Survive will always like have this weird, like, it's a weird itch that I need scratched every once in a while, just because I credit to like Mind Right when I was younger. Does that make sense, or am I just rambling?
No, it makes complete sense.
But Mend is this perfect, like, slow ambient song that just builds and builds and builds. And Andy's voice in this is absolutely amazing. This is my favorite track off the EP. And I feel like it's about watching someone you love slip away and kind of finding peace, letting them go. And there's a specific line like, here, actually, I will come back to that line. But some lyrics that I liked is, can you still feel my touch? Heart is broken, words unspoken. Let time stand still for us. Keep me frozen in this moment. Just like the summer breeze, I feel you slip away from me, where you'll be free, away from despair, a place that you're no longer scared. I'll meet you there. And then this is the part that I was talking about, where you're kind of like coming to peace with letting that person go. And it says, he says, my heart in your hands, just live through me. You'll always be. And if this is the end, my heart will mend. My heart will mend. And yeah, that's pretty deep, dude. Like,
yeah, it's like maybe his own way of letting go and then healing from it. Because once you go through shit like that, you know, it's not. I know a bunch of people who have gotten out of like long-term relationships that it's just like a switch where it's like, and I don't love you anymore, you know. And to me, it's never been like that. It's been just like it's basically the death of somebody in my life.
Yeah.
And yeah, I grieve like crazy, and I feel like I relate to that line specifically because of that.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just because of like all the shit that I had been through last year, you know, getting out of that engagement and then just finding false fulfillment in other people and stuff, and just letting people go so easily. But like, I just know if I let them go, like, I'll be fine later. It might not happen now. I just need to think about what's going to happen in the future and not now, and I'll be all right then. Mm-hmm. You know, it's kind of looking past that. That's why I kind of related with this song so much and why it stuck out to me. Overall, this EP, if you haven't heard it, check it out. If you're into ambient, I I don't ambient.
What genre is this?
Dude, I don't even know.
Yeah, this was hard for me. I wouldn't even maybe classify it as a pop punky jam.
I wouldn't really
Ambient
either.
emo.
Yeah, I
maybe
would
is
say
kinda
that.
what I go for.
It kind of fits in the emo title of our podcast.
I know.
name, so
That's literally why I said it. I was like,
Yeah.
let's get the emo some fucking.
I even
side
had
name.
emo written down in my notes. I just didn't fucking say it.
Roper. We're gonna have to teach you to read.
It's not that I don't know how to read. It's I choose not to.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm pretty similar though.
Yeah. All right, and that's final thoughts that I had on this EP. Oh, I already fucking said it. This scale 1 to bop. This is a fucking banger.
Where's that lie on the one to bop?
I don't know.
That's incredible.
I don't know.
Roper.
Let's hear it.
I am excited. So I have been looking forward to an EP from the band Keep Flying all year because I knew that they've been really good about releasing music, and I've chatted with them a bit on social media.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. And they, as soon as the first single off their new EP, Survival, dropped, I knew I was in for a treat. And then the second one dropped, and I was like, I love this more. And this whole EP has so much going for it. So I'm incredibly excited to jump into it, which I will do right now.
Right now.
And this is Keep Flying's
now.
4th studio EP. They have never had a full length.
Okay.
Fun fact for you. They have had, like, I have the vinyl where they put together the first 2 EPs, but 4 EPs. And like I said before, waited all year and not disappointed. Not disappointed at all.
I was, because this came out last week.
Yeah, no.
As of this recording, so.
I promised myself before I put it on this list, before I was like, okay, this EP belongs on my list. I have to listen to it like 10 times.
Yeah.
And I listened to it like 30 times. And I was going to start it off at number 5, but I was like, nah, I enjoy this a little bit more than
that's
everyone.
cool, dude. Like, I told you my story with this EP. I went and put it on when it first came out, and I accidentally had my phone on shuffle. So the intro and the outro of this are just instrumentals. And I'm like, God damn, dude, this is the longest instrumental song I've ever heard. And I look at my phone, I'm like, that explains it.
They are such an underrated band that feature horns, and that is a clear indicator of why I like this band. I think they do it right because like ska punk, which is kind of what I always defaulted to, was like they still had that like ska-y, which is like a lot of people would think of it as like reggae, like with the upstrokes on the guitar.
Yeah,
you know, and they don't do this, and that's kind of like what the music I do is like. I don't do any upstrokings. I just play the music I want to play, and then I add horns to it because I think it's epic.
It's a unique concept too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not every band's doing it. No, that's for sure. So let's jump into the first song I picked, which was Fashion Statement.
Ooh.
Eyes don't look good for me. Just try honesty.
So I really like the simple opening with the chunky guitars. I think that was really cool. The lyrics instantly hooked me, and the horn lines aren't overstaying their welcome, which can be a lot of problems in some songs, but Keep Flying always really hit the mark with that. And some lyrics I fucking dig, or I always want to say dig or Doug, and I can never figure out which one.
It should be Doug.
I know, but then I think of my friend Doug.
I know.
I got a picture on my wall Roper pointed at him.
In this non-visual podcast, I just pointed at the wall.
Tell me what you were going for. Over the top or less is more. You could have chosen something better than this, but I respect that risk. So the whole song, they're kind of like jumping into the ideas of like fashion and what you're wearing to like who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's kind of an interesting concept because I've never really heard of it before.
Yeah.
Another line is, tell me what are you trying to say? I need to look a certain way. What are my options here? I want you to watch, but I don't care about the optics. The truth can be so ugly. And I think that was a really good cryptic line of using that concept of trying to look a certain way to be good enough for somebody, but there's always going to be some ugliness to it.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's fucking perfect.
Absolutely not.
And no matter how great you dress or how awesome some photos of you come out, like they're still hiding some like negative parts of you.
Yeah.
And I like how they called it out like that.
I'd really like to meet the most perfect person.
You're sitting right in front of them.
No. You can definitely find some flaws.
The truth can be
Not
ugly.
in you, in the most perfect person. I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure I'll find something that I don't like about him.
Yeah, well, if you ever find out anything you don't like about me, let me know. The truth can be ugly, but the colors are true, and I'm trying to be something that's acceptable to you. So stop living lies. You don't have to try to look good to me. Just try honesty. And that's a great way of saying, hey, if you stop trying to hide behind like in this case a fashion statement or building up these like false advertisements of who you are, then and you just be honest about that, you're going to get farther with people.
Yeah.
That's how I took this song. I don't know how like close to like the original thought of the lead singer, but that's how I jumped into this. So I feel good about it.
Yeah.
My next
job.
track, Roper, thank you.
Good job, buddy.
My next song is Late Reply.
That's why I can't talk to anyone and I would rather stay inside.
And when I first heard the title of the song, I was like, fuck, I hope it's not like a phone. You know? I don't know why. But let me jump into what I really liked. The intro guitar tracks are so great. The horns following add like some needed texture, and the lyrics come at you like a rhythmic hurricane, which I thought it was like super clever writing that.
Wow, that was very clever.
So let me read these lyrics and then it'll help you understand.
Okay.
I'm feeling too many things. I'm overstimulated. Can't concentrate on any moves I'm making. I'm so frustrated. I'm always anxious. In this soul, there's vacancy, and I can't take it. So much to say. I shouldn't be this way. I'm given signs, but I can't tell which way to go. This anger pulses. My brain convulses, going through the motions. Which they did it better than I did, but I just think that's like such a... Whenever I can manage to write lyrics like this, it's because they all come at once.
Yeah.
It's not something where I have to sit there and like try to think of something.
Yeah.
Like you just write one line and the next line comes and the next line comes. They say that the best songs are the ones that take the least to write.
Yeah,
the one,
the idea
I bet
is
this is what this was.
the ideas that just come to you instead of forcing a thought. You're just sitting there and you're like, oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, I'd love to like see someone who wrote a top selling song, like a top charter song that took like 10 minutes to write, compared to someone who like really picked at it for,
or like a whole fucking team that writes one song for like one pop artist.
Yeah, I would love to see like how it all, like how their writing styles come into play, because I think it would make for a great fucking conversation.
Yeah, I wonder if those people who do write professionally, if they just stick to one theme constantly because they're so good at it, you know, it's just like muscle memory for them.
I'm sure you're gonna fall in similar patterns when you do stuff like that. But that's a lot of times that's why they bring in so many writers to songs, is to like keep things fresh.
Yeah.
Like I know I was listening to a podcast with Lil Aaron on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did a lot of writing with Black Bear.
Oh, okay.
And then he was kind of jumping into that topic quite a bit.
Tell you who's not going to be on this list. Either of them.
Aw.
Now I'm in the backseat of a black car, in a black car, black car. Every time I hear that song, that's what I want to sing. You know, the MGK song. Sorry, it's been in my head since I heard the song the first time.
I don't want it at all. I don't know what you're singing.
The one, My Best Friend's Ride or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Okay, feature. Now it all comes
now there you go. I thought it would be funnier than it actually was, but
it would have been funny if I caught the reference. All right. I'm feeling too many things. I've been losing arguments that haven't happened, feeling trapped in things I imagine. My mistakes lead me to complacency, and I can't take it. And I don't know what to do first. Good feels bad. Bad feels worse. The gift of thought is more like a curse, and it all hurts. And I always really gravitated to the line good feels bad, bad feels worse.
Yeah.
Because there was many times in my life where I was so numb, and it was almost like guilt tripping myself to feel good.
Yeah.
Because I was like, in my mind, I was telling myself that I should feel bad.
Yeah.
And so when I felt good, I wasn't really feeling good. And when I felt bad, it felt fucking worse. Because then you have that times two, or, so that line really always stuck out to me. And I've been losing arguments that haven't happened, feeling trapped in the things I imagine. Like, I don't know about you, Roper, but if I'm like in a conflict with somebody, I will like play out a fight in my head.
Constantly. Constantly, man. I can't tell you how many times I go over arguments that don't even happen. Like, I'll prepare myself. You're almost preparing yourself for the conflict. It might not even happen,
Yeah, and I do it daily basis.
I think my neighbors probably thought I was crazy for like the past year because there's so much shit. Like, you just like wake up, or I don't know. In my mind, I think I'm going crazy where I'm just like wake up and I'm still in the conflict with said person, and I'm just like thinking of all these ways that I can defend myself, and I'm playing out these arguments to myself when in reality I should probably just like not do it.
Do you do it out loud?
Sometimes.
I like only do it out loud, and I don't know why. I feel like I'm crazy sometimes.
I think it's because I live by myself, and so like I don't really talk to anybody unless I'm like at work or like at my parents' house or out with friends,
Yeah.
Which I mean, it's not like I'm alone all the time, but if I catch myself talking to myself a lot, and a lot of it is playing out these arguments that are never gonna happen.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid, but
That's not stupid at all.
it's nice to know that somebody else does it too.
Yeah. And then the chorus, and that's why I can't talk to anyone, and I would rather stay inside. So goodbye, I can't be reached at this time. If you call me, there'll be no reply. So don't even try, because I'm gone. And I've been this way for too long, and it's too late to change what's going wrong. You do better just to move on. Move on. It's a very relatable in the sense of having somebody that cares about you and you're constantly pushing them away because you feel like you're bettering their lives in a way, and maybe that's true. I don't know. I still have feelings where I was like, yeah, no, it was a good thing I pushed them away because I was just making their life worse. But for whatever reason, that line always got me. I always really liked that one.
Yeah.
Let me jump into the last one, Roper.
All right.
This one's called Surviving the Night.
Okay.
Last year I was asleep to avoid all of the pain, but time forgot about me.
And
Like a KNIGHT, like a
yeah,
night?
they're fighting knights in this song. Maybe if you listen to the lyrics, Roper. So what I fucking dug about this song, I think it was a great conclusion to the EP. Which technically isn't. It's the second to last song, but they link together and it's an outro track.
The song that I thought took forever.
Yeah. Starts out with an acoustic guitar and breaks into this yell, and then the instruments all come in and hit hard.
Yeah.
And I really like songs that do that. Because I'm a sucker. Anyway, so lyrics. So if my story is coming true, I'm the hero and the monster too. And all that I can really do is make melodies of my memories and hope my screams will reach you. I feel like I've been talking a lot about being a songwriter, but like this is something that really makes sense.
So
Yeah, I know, but like I don't want to be like next episode I'll be like, I don't know if you guys have heard, but I'm a songwriter.
I'll just ask you.
Okay, yeah.
Are you a songwriter?
Oh, Roper, do I have a story for you?
There you go.
I
See?
just sing the song. So with this, so when I write music, I think I take after this band so much.
Yeah.
Because when I write music, the line I'm the hero and the monster too. It's like a great indication in my mind that they see this both sides of each story.
Yeah.
You know, which I try to see, especially when I'm writing a song, because if I'm going to like potentially release this, I'm sure as hell not going to come out like each and every side that I can think of is going to be told in a story, because I'm never going to release a song where I talk shit on somebody who I also was not the best of in the story.
I think that's a really mature way to approach writing a song too.
That's what my mommy says. And
your mom's got some good advice.
And then the line, and I hope my screams will reach you. It's like when I'm yelling at my songs, that's because this is where the impact is.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I want you to hear the most.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, man. This band I just fucking jive with this band so well.
I think this was like when we first met. This was one of the first bands that you showed me.
Oh, probably, yeah. Because this was the band that like nobody knows that everyone should. In my mind, they should at least give them a shot.
Oh, I agree.
And another line is, I hate how the negative is all I see, and the thought of walking away is attractive to me. And sometimes I think I've had enough, but could never get enough. I can't live on love. The line specifically, and the thought of walking away is attractive to me, comes to me in a very weird sense, because I'm someone who is very much I never really give up on something I believe in.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a lot for me to like finally cut that end.
Yeah.
But I always have the idea of walking away.
Yeah.
I just never act on it. And I'm curious if he was in the same thought process as I am while writing that line, or if he was just like, he constantly does walk away from things and that's why it's attractive to him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll find out soon. And I just can't get over it, because I think I don't know. I think out of everything, that line stands out to me the most. And it's because it makes me ponder and think.
Yeah.
You know? But I'll move on, because I can just sit there and talk about that for too long. I'm happy in my dreams because none of this is real. Sleep is the cousin of death, and that's how I want to feel. No one's coming to the rescue, and I cannot stay in here. I'm sick of feeling nothing. I'd rather face the fear of waking up. I'm waking up. It's like coming to grips with your life.
Yeah.
And like trying to better yourself. And facing fears is how you progress in life.
Absolutely.
You know, I think just reading these lyrics out loud instead of reading them in my head just kind of hit me in a new perspective.
I can kind of tell.
Yeah. I'm like having all these like,
I'm
so deep in thought, but I also need to talk because this is a podcast.
Yeah.
But I just want to say some final thoughts on this record. It's something that is going to be a sleeper hit.
Yeah.
I really think this is an EP that's going to take a long time to catch the ride of wind that it really needs.
Yeah.
But when it does, I really hope this band reaches new heights, because they're doing something super special and they're all fucking talented at what they do. So I've been a fan since literally the first single dropped of this, because they used to be in a band called Survey Says, some of the members.
Yeah.
And that band fell apart, and then some of the surviving members went and created Keep Flying.
Nice.
And yeah, man, I'll just hand the torch over to you, my dude, because
I'm definitely gonna listen to this album a lot more. Like, I listened to it the first day it came out, but hadn't followed up. But I've liked everything that you've showed me from them. So, and I'm definitely gonna push this album as much as I can on the social medias. So.
Ooh, please do.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, Roper, my dude, I need to know your number 3 pick. Not in 5 seconds, but right now. Go.
Big Vibe by Seaway.
That was good timing.
I almost was like,
Oh, can I just say something real quick?
What?
I really am happy you picked this record, because I couldn't pick it, but I still want to talk about it.
I almost didn't.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But it made your number 3.
I know. I kind of, dude, I am so indecisive sometimes. There is a solid rotation of what could have been on this list, and I would have done myself a disservice if I would have left this one off. Mm-hmm. In all honesty, I probably should have put Yours Truly right here, but this album, this band has been... I should start off with my relationship with this band. I don't know how I found them. I found them. Honestly, I think it might have been something that shuffled on Pandora one day. It was the song Your Best Friends or Your Best Friend, or it might have been Shy Guys.
Shy Guys is kind of the one I feel like most people jumped into.
But I'm going to say it was Your Best Friend, where it's like, don't you go crying now. That one.
I don't remember that one. I didn't like Seaway until I liked a couple singles, and one was Sabrina the Teenage Bitch.
See, like, I like that one, but I think once that EP with Your Best Friend and the Letdown on it came out, and then once like the actual first full length album from them, Colorblind, came out, and then seeing them live too, definitely.
They are a great band live.
There's a lot of bands where I hear them recorded and I'm just like, and then I see them live and then I'm obsessed with them.
Interesting.
So Seaway was one of those bands. And I think Ryan, their lead singer, has such a unique voice that I was instantly attracted to that band because his voice is not the typical like pop punk smooth voice. He's got a deeper, like raspier voice.
It's funny you say that because before this album, I literally coined him as the stereotypical pop punk vocalist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I just did.
I think my stereotypical would be like that higher pitch, like scratchy voice.
Oh, I don't listen to them.
Okay. So, this is their fourth full-length album. This is the first after the exit of guitar player / backup vocalist Patrick Carlton. He's the guy who did the more so unclean vocals on their last, or up until this album, if you are familiar with that.
I may have listened to it.
They've changed their sound quite a bit too. This is more so a like the way that they described it themselves was like it was more so like pop rock and not so much. They're trying to get away from the pop punk genre.
Okay.
So I don't know if I like that or not, but
I really dug the sound on this record.
I just don't. I think what I'm trying to say, I love the sound of the record. It's just like they're always going to be a pop punk band to me. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It's really hard for a genre changer, especially if they start with a niche audience like pop punk.
Yeah.
Because the pop punk kids are like almost always going to stick by their side if they change their sound.
And I can see them wanting to progress into something else, but you're still going to have the same fans. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So that's where the whole label thing just like annoys the shit out of me.
Wait, why is that?
Just like them.
Oh, labeling the genres.
Yeah,
I thought you meant like the record label.
No,
I was like, what do they do?
No, I don't really care what they do besides put out good albums, you know, and approve new albums. I don't know what the fuck. But I mean, all right. So I wrote down, they're known for being like kind of more so a party band. And I think that's kind of a stigma that's kind of stuck with them. So they've tried to get out of that stigma and try to make a more mature sounding album.
Okay.
So I took some notes I went on rockandloadmagazine.com and got a quote from that website. And this is from Ryan. He said, "This record is a big stepping stone for us. I think we've slowly carved our place in the scene, and now we're just trying to take the next big step, whatever it may be." And then their guitar player Andrew had said, "It's probably cliche to say this, but I think this is the record we've always wanted to make, because before we've always had in the back of our minds a thought about what people wanted to hear, and this time it's This time, we just thought we'd write a bunch of songs and see how they came out. Honestly, we just did whatever the hell we wanted. That's a pretty good approach to writing an album.
I get like the push from record labels to maybe have this certain sound.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they didn't. I don't know what label they're signed to, if they even are. I'm assuming they have to be, but
they're with.
Is it No Sleep?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Pure Noise.
Yeah, that could be it. To me, this record sounds 80s.
Yeah,
I get a lot of 80s vibe from them, and then the album artwork doesn't help it.
Yeah, exactly. If you look at, I mean, even their Mrs. David music video, they're all dressed up like they're from the 80s. And like,
you know who Seaway? I grouped Seaway and Grayscale together for whatever reason.
I can kind of see it because that more poppy sound now.
Yeah, and I think Nella Vita and Big Vibe are that's the album name, right? Big Vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, I was making sure because I know it's a single. And I was like, am I crazy? Yeah, I think those records, like to me, have this similar vein of the feelings they make me have. I guess I don't know.
Are they good feelings or
suicidal? But
like,
so
what?
sorry. No, absolutely not. They give me actually quite the opposite. They pick me up. They make me bouncy. They make me want to like fucking dance.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe why.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
See what I'm going with now?
Yeah. All right. First song that I picked. Fuck.
I don't remember that one.
That's a good one. The first song that I picked was Peach. I kind of had trouble picking a third song for this album.
Yeah. I can there's a few that stand out to me.
There are.
I think most of our list is the same.
It was between this one and Mrs. David, just because like there is a part in Mrs. David where you can tell he's like grooving in it, and I almost picked it, but I like this song.
That's actually my favorite song on the whole record.
Really?
Yeah.
At first it wasn't. I didn't like it at all.
I really like. Never mind. I'm just gonna because I'm gonna spoil it if I keep talking.
I just think my first name is so awkward as someone's last name. Mrs. David. Yeah, it just throws me off. So I think that's an issue that I have with it. But then I listened to it more this week. I'm like, oh, okay, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But I picked Peach. This song is a catchy sing along, and it feels about, or I feel it's about being afraid to speak out in a relationship, and it's driving you crazy not to be able to say how you feel. Some of the lyrics that I liked were, "So meet me in the middle soon. I can never hold a grudge like you. It's feeling like a couple screws are coming loose. You've got a hard stone, baby, and you're gonna sink alone." That's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's sinking.
I'm afraid to speak because you bruise like a peach and the taste is a little strong. I think I like that lyric the most. I would have isolated the I'm afraid to speak because you bruise like a peach, because sometimes you can't exactly say how you feel because you're scared of how the other person will react, or somebody's like a little too sensitive.
Yeah, that's a big thing for me personally. I have I'm very I think about what I say most of the time before I say it, if it's going to be something harsh.
Yeah.
But I never surround myself with people that are going to take criticism poorly.
Yeah.
Or I try not to, because I'm not telling you criticism because I hate you.
You're telling
I want
to
make you feel bad.
Help them out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, like, hey, you don't have to take this advice, but I think this would help if you tried this.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest things that I had to learn in the last couple of years, is that everybody's saying things just to be mean. They're saying it out of love, or a tough love, and I should look at it as this way, like a bad, or an example of what it wouldn't be would be like if somebody's like, "Hey, you're ugly." I know they don't love me if they thought I was ugly, but but if they're like, "Hey, you don't read so good," I'm like, okay, I'll work on that. And I don't get upset about it.
That's just a stab at me.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too, man. All right, keep going.
But yeah,
Making me a peach right now.
I could see you bruising over there. And then there's a little catchy part where he's like, I think I've had enough of petty love. So, yeah. That's Peach. I wrote that, or final thoughts on it. It's a nice, catchy song. And I think it's one of them that you can kind of play in the background and you'll just like sing along to it as you're driving. And
it's a great album for driving.
Yeah.
It's such a
I
great
feel like
album.
this was meant to come out 3 months earlier, like right in the middle of summer.
When did it? I thought it came out in
It came out in
summer.
October.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been around for longer.
Yeah. Well, Big Vibe probably came out in the middle of the summer.
Oh, yeah. And
that's why you felt like it was out so long.
Mm-hmm.
But the second song I picked was Wild Things.
Can you feel underneath your body?
And this was like a toss-up between... I didn't know whether I wanted Big Vibe or... Oh, shit, I wasn't supposed to say my number one. Well, it's obvious.
Yeah.
But I didn't know whether I wanted to pick this one as my first one or my second one because there's just something about this where it's a slower song, but they've got this like background part where like it's got that ambient sound to it and it's kind of haunting, if I can describe it. I mean, that's the way that I can best describe it. This is the second single to drop for this album. I already wrote the... Oh yeah, at first I really like wasn't sure about the song. I didn't know if I'd like it or not.
That's kind of how I felt, honestly.
I was like, oh, really? This is your second single? You put out a banger like Big Vibe, and then this is your second single, and then you listen to it a couple of times. You're like, no, this is a really good song.
Yeah, then it sticks with you.
Yeah.
It really does. Never mind, keep going, because I want to talk about Big Vibe, because I feel like...
It's coming. It's coming. But when describing the song, the band had said that it's about jumping off the edge of the world for somebody jumping off the edge of the world for someone that means the world to you. I felt like it's going all in on someone trying to keep up with their lifestyles and taking yourself out of your norm, even if it exhausts you, blocking out all the noise or around you and only vibing with that person. So
They can't say vibing to
I said
describe
that.
this song.
I
Oh,
said
you
that.
said that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
should have said end quote. But I didn't. All right, some lyrics I liked. I really got like sucked in with that first verse where he's like, "You brought me to the edge, a beautiful other world. You made me jump in, and I followed you in. I tried to hold you back to save us both. Saw you go. Never again, never again." I don't know why I liked it, but it just like sucked me in right away when I first heard it.
Yeah, the rhythmic to it is good.
And then the part that I was talking about where it's like kind of haunting in a way is like where he's like, all is numb, all is beautiful again, where they just keep repeating that over and over again the background of the song.
Okay.
So yeah, final thoughts. Like I said, I wasn't like originally I wasn't sure about this. And then the ending of the song, I mean, if you guys haven't heard it before, definitely check it out. At the end, there's like, where he's like, all is numb, all is beautiful again. And there's some like backtrack, and originally I thought it was just like, I love you, but he's not. He's just saying, I don't know what the fuck he's saying, but it's not that.
Okay.
And it's that's the part that kind of sucked me into it. I don't know. I kind of isolated it during one of my listens to it. Overall, very solid track. Scale of 1 to bop. It's fucking bop.
It's a fucking bop, baby.
Now, Hunter, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready for my first pick off of this album?
Yeah.
Bet you can't guess what it is.
It's Mrs. Davis.
No, it's not.
Oh, well, that's the best song, but
Nah.
we'll talk about Big Vibe.
Big Vibe.
That it's a big vibe rushing over from your side of the room. I'm
Okay, so this is the first single off this album. It's the title track of this album. Title track of this album. I remember hearing it when it dropped, and I'm like, man, there's nothing that gets better than this song.
I guess you're right.
I was like, damn, it was great.
Yeah, it's the song when I first heard it, I was like, first of all, I would never have listened to the song if it wasn't so hyped up by everybody in the scene. Because, like I said before, not a big Seaway fan, and not that I don't like them, they just never stood out to me.
Yeah.
But then I heard this song, and the first time I listened to it, I was like, when did they go 80s? And then I was like, thank God they went 80s. You know, I think Big Vibe really. It really catches your attention as soon as you hear it.
Yeah, it's got that nice, like, I think one of the best things that it had going for it was it starts off with the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Because it's a
big vibe rushing over from... Yeah.
Your side. Sorry.
Of the room in... Yeah. But it also reminded me, when I heard it, it reminded me of the song Something Wonderful from their previous album, Vacation, where I think he does a really good job at telling a story in his songs, it may not be Wonder Years levels of telling a story, but you get what he's talking about. And I think it's just because of all the references that he throws in.
Yeah.
He's just describing everything that's going on in his brain. So, the first single off this album, it's been stuck in my head ever since I heard it beginning of the summer. This is the perfect track to introduce this album. I don't know how anyone would not like this song. That's what I wrote down.
It has been said.
It has been said. If you don't like it, that's okay. But this song to me is about a girl he has interest in, that he is watching from afar. He's nervous and he's almost intimidated by her in a way, but he can feel that attraction, or he's wondering if she notices him. I wrote down lyrics wise that it's a big vibe rushing over from your side of the room. I'm all tongue tied, can't seem to handle your big vibe rushing up my spine, wide-eyed.
That's my favorite part.
I know, that's my, like, if I'm in the car, I'll sing the backup vocals to it, where he's like, big vibe, and I'm like, big vibe. wide-eyed. I don't know why. I love it. And then he's like, I'm tongue-tied, can't seem to handle your big vibe. And then, are you feeling me out when you're touching my hands? Is there something about the way you let me in? Are you biting your tongue? Are you holding your breath? Are we in hot water? Yeah. I just love the story behind the song.
I just love when you sing songs.
I know. This song's so fucking good. This album's so fucking good.
It would probably make it in my top 10 singles of the year.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it would definitely make it my top 10 singles.
It might be like number one for me, just because like I did my 2020 Wrapped, and I think this Big Vibe was the number one single, and I think I had like 350 plays.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's not all at once, but...
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
Wouldn't that be cool, though?
It would be excessive.
I would get annoyed really fast.
Yeah.
I would probably fucking hate the song after the 10th time played. But, all right, that's all I got for Big Vibe. It's a fucking bop.
Bop, 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 bop.
Biggity bop. All right, let's hear your number 3.
Roper, I'm excited for my number 3.
I'm excited for your number 3.
Because this is my second time talking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm excited this time because I don't think I did a good job talking about it the first time.
Why not?
I didn't really give it justice, I don't think. So hopefully this time I'll give justice. And for a little bit of reminder, it is Can't Complain by Kill Lincoln.
Dude, when I left your house last weekend, after we recorded the microsode, I was like, you know what? I want to hear some fucking horns. So I put on this album and I'm like, God damn, this is fucking great.
I love this record, dude.
So good.
It's intense. It's so intense, man. But this is Kill Lincoln's 4th studio record and their newest record in 7 years.
Wow.
I didn't realize how long it had been since their last record.
Where Do you know where these guys are from?
DC.
DC. Okay.
Washington, DC. In my opinion, it's the best ska punk record of the year. Not like there's a lot, but I think even if the market was flooded with ska punk records, I think this would still be at the top.
I'm not big on the ska. I'm starting to get more into it now that like we started this podcast and the more bands you showed me. But this one would have stood out anyways to me.
It kind of goes back to there's still some ska elements to this record, but a lot of it's just fucking punk rock with horns.
Yeah,
you know, and that's what I like. It's got some of the catchiest choruses too, and some of the best horn parts in all of music.
Yeah,
it's so interesting because I think Keep Flying and Kill Lincoln are very different bands that just implement horns, but. Either way, I love it. So let's jump into my number 3 pick, which I can't remember what 3 I picked last time, but they're probably the same, which is Last Ditch Denial.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I could look at the world and fake a smile. Yeah, it's been a while.
So what I fucking dug about this song is no band can display energy like Kill Lincoln. No fucking band can do it. And the guitars and horns work so well with each other on the song. Lyrically, the song has some great fucking lines that give me a lot to attach to. Honestly, I was digging through the lyrics, which I have a funny story, and I told this to Roper earlier, but there is no website on the fucking whole entire World Wide Web that has the lyrics to this fucking song or to any of their songs off their new record. So they sing really fast.
Yeah.
And I was typing like a madman. I had to rewind songs like a million times to make sure I got the lyrics right. And I'm bad. Like there are a couple things I have a really hard time remembering, and that is names and lyrics. I can hum the part all day long, but I sure as hell can't remember lyric by lyric.
I'm the worst with lyrics too.
Oh, dude. So I'm gonna start off here. I've been wearing myself so thin you can almost see right through me. Yeah, my stomach is sick from the constant mix of alcohol and coffee.
Yeah,
I love that line. Not a big coffee fan, but someone who drinks or had drank a lot of alcohol and like mixing it the next morning, like
so awful.
Oh, dude, it's just the fucking worst. And I think they displayed that really well. And then in the chorus, it goes like, I think I'm ready to do this. I'm ready for what comes next. The pros, the pain, the politics. Then on and on and on and on. And then the fucking horns kick in. Yeah, dude, I can. Sorry. And then it's been a long time since I could look at the world and fake a smile. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, this is my last ditch denial. I didn't write a lot of lyrics for this because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I couldn't keep up with it all.
Yeah.
But there's just something lyrically, I think this band has something so fucking special. They just really know how to make a song catchy, but like super the flow. The flow is incredible. So that was Last Ditch Denial. I'm gonna go to my number 2, which is Used Up.
Ooh.
I know the good times use me up, while the bad ones break me down. I'm running on good intentions, and it's harder than it sounds.
So what I dug about this song is the gang vocals. Really like most songs have gang vocals.
Yeah.
But I think the gang vocals really stand out in this song. I think the lyrics are sad, but they really make it sound happy, and I like when songs do that.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. And the horn solo in the bridge is so epic with the bass is like dancing all around it. I think it's so cool. And also just a great fucking chorus. So the song starts with I start the day with a healthy bowl of shame, then I wash it down with my mistakes. By the time I hit the door, I'm nearly breathless. And I'm like, ooh, shit. But like he sings it really happy.
Yeah.
And but that's sad. And then I also wrote down, can't let it show, and I know the good times use me up while the bad ones bring me down. I'm running on good intentions, and it's harder than it sounds. So use me up and break me down. I'll never come around, and I've been here before, and I can't look backward anymore.
I love this song, dude.
It's so fucking, man. Lyrically, I think I have a brand new respect for the lyrics on this track,
Yeah.
and all the tracks on this album. This is one of the albums that like listen to front to back without a single problem. There's never a song I skip.
Oh yeah.
Which leads me to my number one, which is always going to be my number one off this track. I said that the chorus. Oh, I should probably say what the song title is, and that is "Who Am I This Time."
Nice.
Is this real? Is it only a dream? Can anybody talk sense to me? I see you coming apart at the seams.
And I really like the chorus. Has some really great horns, clearly, that really add to the intensity of the track. Horns can be really, they can either be very,
Distracting. Sometimes they can be distracting. I'm not saying that because I love horns, but like
no, I was like listening to the background. And I was like, motherfucker. I thought you were being
no
cheeky or whatever.
No, I'm
horns
like,
can be distracting.
You can with the I think the way that you were describing it the other day when you were talking about recording is that if they don't have the right tone or the right sound to what the song is, they are definitely distracting, and they could put you off of a song potentially.
Yeah, the thing that Kill Lincoln does really well is that they make sure that when there is singing, the horns are very much in the background.
Yeah.
If they're at all.
Yeah.
And that's why Kill Lincoln has a great way of never overstaying their welcome.
Yeah.
With certain parts. But I was going to say that with the intensity, it's like horns can either be like really laid back and like add like this kind of bassier side to a song to make it like kind of hit all the bases, or they can be like really up top high sounds that like are basically lyrics on their own.
Yeah.
There's just no lyrical content. It's just another melody.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And this has the best horn solo I've ever heard, and it gets me so fucking pumped. And the fantastic ending with "And who am I this time?" I can't fucking. Oh no! What I was trying to get. And at the very end of the song, it goes, "And who am I?" And then there's, I don't know who fucking sings it, but then the song ends with "Who am I? Who am I?" And I just think it's so random, but it works. So I really had trouble writing the lyrics down for this one.
Yeah.
So this is what I got though. Is this real or is this only a dream? Can anybody talk sense to me? I see you falling apart at the seams. Well, it seems you don't know what that means. We were lost and we will never be found. Common ground ain't as good as it sounds. Whoever write, I think this is where I couldn't quite tell what they were saying. Whoever writes sounds like whoever writes down sounds like he's out of his mind. So who am I this time? So I could be completely wrong at the end of these lyrics, but if I am right, I will say that they're making it sound like whoever is writing this song is out of his fucking mind. And that's why they're asking, so who am I this time? Am I the sane guy that's living his life, or am I the guy writing pen to paper?
Okay.
So that's how I feel. But just ending results on this whole album, I think this is a great album to show people that are into punk rock that horns are definitely something that can add an element.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, they can be distracting at times if done wrong, but I listened to this record and I was like, okay, these guys could have potential to be one of my favorite bands because this album, just front to back, was fucking phenomenal.
Dude, it hurts my soul to hear people say that, oh, if there's horns, then like I'm not gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
Because this is an album that I think would change your mind.
Oh, absolutely. And same with Keep Flying too. Just like
100%. But I'm a horn dog for horns, so
you big old horn dog, they serve you at the Iowa State Fair.
Okay. Let's go to your number 2, Roper. I don't got all day for this. I actually know what it is.
Well, yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
I want to hear what you say, though, unless you changed it randomly.
Nah, I didn't change it. I picked an album by probably my all-time favorite band. I picked Afterburner by Dance Gavin Dance. And what you're going to say is, this is not pop punk. And that's okay. It falls under the emo Supremo category. More so the Supremo, because this album is fucking Supremo.
It is. I want to say something real quick about this album.
Okay.
I want to take time away from you. When I first heard the first single, Strawberry something, right?
That was the
Was it the second?
third.
It was not the third. I think it was either the first or the second.
It was the second one, Strawberry's Wake.
Yeah, I heard that, and I don't think I've ever heard instruments played so perfectly.
Yeah. I almost had that one on my fucking list too. And just the opening guitar parts, I can't describe it. I can't.
It's honestly, to me, that is what a perfect guitar sounds like.
I know, right?
I can't. All right, you just go on your list.
I'm gonna fucking like geek out over this.
Oh, please
These
do.
next two records that I have. Oh, here we go.
Okay, Roper.
This is the 9th studio album from Dance Gavin Dance. It was recorded from June to November 2019. It sold 24,000 copies in the first week. If you're wondering what Dance Gavin Dance sounds like, well, on this record, they are a mixture of punk, Latin, hip hop, metal, and experimental rock.
And marching band.
Patrick Starr does indeed play on the drums. Only like 2 people think that's funny.
I'm one of them.
You know, this was a sleeper album at first for me. It happens to me every time I listen to a new Dance Gavin Dance record. I'm just like, oh man, here we go. Let's see what they do. Will this be their first bad album?
No.
No.
I don't think they could write a bad album. I think they can make farts sound good.
Yeah. The first, there was, I think Mothership's the only album where I was just like, oh man, they lost it. And then like a week later, I'm just like, nah.
They got it.
They still got it. Yeah, after a few listens, like this easily became like one of my favorite albums of this year. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is about these guys. They're just so fucking bonkers that like it just, I don't know if it matches up with what goes on in my brain or what, because like I can be all over the place sometimes when I'm trying to talk about something, and these guys are the same way when they play their music. It's just,
they're hectic, dude.
I know.
So hectic. And the lead singer can like have these perfect, and I've only heard Dance Gavin Dance with the current lead singer.
You've only heard him with Tillian?
Yeah, with their last album, not this one, but the one before.
Yeah, Artificial Selection.
Yeah, that one was the record that got me into Dance Gavin Dance.
That album's probably my favorite by them.
I would say it barely beats this one.
Yeah.
But wow, just his ability to have these clean vocals and then like fucking like do the, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just unbelievable to me.
Do you want to hear who all like contributed to this album?
No, I don't want to be here for 2 days.
Well, you're gonna fucking hear about it anyways.
Take a nap.
This album features Bill Murray.
Hell yeah. I like Bill Murray.
Andrew Wells, he is their traveling guitar player, and he fronts a band called Ideola, which is really good. Zach Guerin of the Strawberry Girls. If you haven't heard of Strawberry Girls, they are a progressive math rock type band, so a lot of like Weedles and stuff in the guitar playing. It's very good, and a lot of their songs don't have lyrics, so you can just put them on in the background and just kind of groove to it. It's funky. Mark Akubo of Vela Maya. I'm not really sure who or what they sound like, but and then they have Sergio Medina, who plays in Royal Coda, and I think he used to play in the band Stolas, which is still that kind of swancore style band.
Okay.
They all either feature co-writing, playing, or vocals on this album. And the first song that I picked is a song called Parody Catharsis. I wrote one of my favorite things and why DGD might be my all-time favorite band is the diversity that they bring to everything that they put out. This song features that diversity with not only Tillion's clean vocals, John screams, but it also features Will Swan, who's their lead guitar player, his hip hop vocals. So every once in a while, you'll get this little like sprinkle of Will Swan in the background, just doing some random rap verse in the middle of like this wicked ass guitar solo, or something like just in the middle of a Dance Gavin Dance song.
Yeah, where he should be.
It's a nice fucking treat. So, it pulls you in multiple directions. I feel this song is being around, or this song. I feel this song is being around or a one night stand that doesn't really mean anything. Someone who shows all their flaws and tries to keep them around while you don't. God, I fucked up writing this. Basically, the song's about a one-night stand that the opposing person feels like maybe you can get more than just one night out of it, and you, in the position of the writer, is like, nope, this is a one-and-done type thing, and you, the writer, is kind of cocky about it.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure if that's what the meaning is. That's kind of what my reading from it was. You just get this vibe where he almost feels better than the person he just hooked up with. It's so shitty.
Actually, this song's about astrology.
I wish.
On a star.
So, some of the lyrics that I picked, I picked John Mess's unclean vocals. I must be the worst and the best because the hole in my chest, yeah, they think it's impressive. If art has to feel like this, do I parody catharsis? Average things don't have a place. You starve, you stay in budget. Once I got what they want, they act like they don't want it. Now, if you've ever like listened to him or like broke down his vocals, half the time they don't fucking mean anything. So,
and it's so hard for me to listen to songs like that because I'm trying to fucking connect on like
he's gotten a lot better, or his vocals have gotten a lot, or his lyrics have gotten a lot better in these most recent albums. They kind of stick to the theme of the song, but if you go back to like Downtown Battle Mountain 2, you have no clue what the fuck he's talking about.
I hardly know what you're talking about now.
And then the little hip hop part that Will Swan adds to it, he's like, I wish I could just leave it at that. That'd be funny. Got a leg up. Know when to sit down, when to get up. Got a leg up. Killed the whole game, now I'm fed up.
No more else.
And then Tillion has this sweet part where he's like, this is where you blame it on the weather, or blame it on the devil, or blame it on whomever. You suck already. This is where you blame it on the weather, or you blame it on the devil, or you blame it on whomever. You suck either way. I don't know why I like that, but I don't know. It just fucking like sticks out to me.
You suck either way.
You suck either way. My final thoughts were, this song is groovy.
Yeah? Is it funky though?
It's funky.
Nice.
So yeah, check out Parody Catharsis. It's a fun time. I mean, check out this whole album. It's fucking fun. The next song that I picked was 1 in a Million, and this song is really catchy.
Heal my soul, 'cause I'm 1 in a million. Beyond 200 till the end of
It's another groovy song that has a catchy chorus and a hook with "Heal my soul, 'cause I'm 1 in a million." That's a lyric.
Nice.
Speculations of what the song is about differs between a diss track to boomers or a positive spin on Born to Fail, which is another song that's off this album. And Born to Fail is actually a diss track to Tillion's first band, or old band, called Tides of Man, who kicked him out. And then he joined Dance Gavin Dance. But I'm pretty sure it's a song that is about boomers. Lyrics that I wrote I think they're more so, or the lyrics that I picked, this is another John Mess verse. He's like, now do what's suggested Now do what's suggested, become a bad father, act famous, ask some women to prepare you food, but you can't even use a computer, talk like you invented dirt, then predict the future. Like,
I like really hit with the computer line.
I
don't know why that one stood out to me, but
just
it did.
like, you know how many fucking boomers can't use a computer?
I know, and then they're mad when,
or just like talk like you invented dirt, like they have the authority over everything. Like,
yeah, I get the idea of respecting your elders, but not if they're a piece of shit. They can't use the computer.
Respect kind of has to be earned.
Oh, that's
through
100%
using
my idea. Yeah,
using a computer.
that's the first way to my heart.
And then there's a kind of part that leads into the chorus where it's like, get straight, dominate, dictate faith, don't tolerate. You got to concentrate, conglomerate. Hallelujah. I like that part where he's like, dictate fate, don't tolerate, you know, because they're always like, there's always these old people that are telling you like how, or elder, I shouldn't say old people, just like people who are older than you that tell you how to live your life, and then they turn around and judge you for shit. Like, they're like, I think what he meant is like the don't tolerate. I kind of read into it a little bit too much, kind of like a lot of older people are really religious and stuff, so they're like telling you like, oh, you should believe in this, this, and this, and then they turn around and say God hates gays and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's bullshit. And everyone's got their own fucking path to take, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's what, like, a lot of people back in the older generation, there wasn't as many opportunities to, like, they look down on, like, people, like, YouTubers, and then YouTubers, like, if you're a good YouTuber, you make fucking more money than you know what to do with.
I guarantee you if YouTube was around in 1955, the boomers, when they were teenagers, they would try to find some source of income or on being on YouTube, or if they had the same means that we do nowadays, they would try the same exact thing. Yeah. They talk shit about it is because they don't fucking understand it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like when my grandma was mad at me for having an OnlyFans, and I was like, Grandma, you just don't get it.
Your grandma's just like, but Hunter, I thought I was your OnlyFan.
I found a song called I Found My Mom on OnlyFans. And it was actually a pretty good song, but I don't remember who it was by.
It's kind of scary how many girls I know with OnlyFans, dude.
No, I shit you not. I was scrolling through Instagram stories, and like multiple women that I used to date now have an OnlyFans. And it made me so uncomfortable.
I mean, at least you didn't have to pay for it.
Well, in that way. Thank God I don't have my credit card information.
Yeah, that just blows my mind.
So anyway, back to boomers.
Yeah, my final thoughts on that song was fucking bop, the ultimate okay boomer song.
What a strong stance.
Yeah. But like, I do have some more final thoughts on it. Like, if you listen to it, Tillion's like, heal my soul, 'cause I'm 1 in a million. And then you hear the guitar part coming. Like, it just, I don't know how to describe it. It just comes in, fucking slaps you right in the face. And you're like, God damn, this is a good song.
God, I just can't get over how good of a vocalist Tillion is.
I know, he's amazing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how
and it's crazy. Like, he's my favorite. A lot of people are gonna be like, "But what about Kurt Travis? But what about Johnny Craig?"
It's like
Kurt Travis
hates Johnny Craig. I thought.
Yeah, Johnny Craig is unreliable. Kurt Travis is good in other things, and I do like his 2 albums with Dance Gavin Dance. But I think once Tillion was added to the band, he was the perfect fit for him. I mean, look how they put out. I think they put out 5 albums with him so far.
Oh, with Tillion?
Yeah. I mean, they're firing on all cylinders right now. Like, each member of that band is the perfect member of that band, and they're putting out great music as a result of that, you know?
Yeah. I feel, and honestly, like, I couldn't think, I'll be completely honest with you, I can't think of a Dance Gavin Dance song that I've listened to that has a different vocalist. I know they've had 3 total.
Yeah.
But I honestly have steered away from the other records that don't include Tillion because I think he's such a perfect match.
Yeah. I'll have to show you some of their older stuff to see what you think. But because when I found him, Kurt was their vocalist, but the first album that I heard was Downtown Battle Mountain, and I was blown away by Johnny Craig's voice. And then the internet showed me what kind of a shitty person he was. And then I'm like, maybe I don't want to like this guy.
Yeah, he's apparently started so many successful bands and then was kicked out.
Every band that he has been in is so much better now that he is gone.
Not good. Continue.
I'm not saying because he's gone. They've just found better, more reliable people to be in that band.
Yeah.
And they are reaping all the benefits from it. Hot take. I've been a fan of these guys forever, so I'm like entitled to my opinion. Okay, Boomer? Okay. So my favorite song off of Afterburner is Nothing Shameful. This is the second to last song off the album that features their touring rhythm guitar player, Andrew Wells, who is from the band Ideola. And Ideola is absolutely amazing. This song is also written by Andrew Wells, which is very cool. It's about being in a toxic and addictive relationship with somebody who takes the relationship not as serious as they probably should. His powerful voice and lyrics made this my favorite off of this album. Sorry. Having trouble breathing over here.
It's okay. My spell is working.
It is. Killing me softly over here. Some of the lyrics that I liked. This is another John Mess verse. Are you falling asleep over there?
No.
We're almost done. John Mess's verse. He's like, I must have killed that shit. I should have stayed in Florida. Too much I spent. My shape got bent. I'm just a corny cracker. I spilled my beans because I'm a fiend. I lost my extra mustard. It doesn't mean shit, but it's funny.
I dig it.
Yeah. And then this song is more so like a serious song. Disregarding that.
This is a very serious song about losing a guy's
dude,
mustard.
Once you hear it, like, there's this part in the bridge where Andrew Wells sings it. And he's like, so take me for granted. I know I never really meant that much to you. All our memories will be erased. It's the only way out is forward. As far away as I can get. Where to now? What happened to my fucking purpose? I'm just a stone sinking, broken and numb. Where to now? The way you made me feel made me worthless. Truth is, in the end, we all end up alone. Can you feel me calling your name from the balcony seats you left empty? Can you feel me tearing apart everything we used to be? Now, if you guys actually hear it, not me reading you the lyrics, you guys will understand why I fell in love with this song. Just because that part is so, like, his voice, you can feel that it, like, comes from his chest. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but he just has this weird, like, unique, deep, not a deep voice, but just deep passion behind the words that he's singing that, like, I can't explain how much I love it. It's so fucking good. My final thoughts. This song is powerful with Andrew's vocals, as I just fucking said. It's hard not to be impressed. I love this song, and it's a go-to every time this album is played. Overall, this might not be my favorite DGD album, but it's hard for me to pick anyways because in my mind, they haven't put out a bad album, which I said earlier again. Jesus Christ, Roper.
You're a big spoiler, Roper.
I know. I don't think they'll ever put out a bad album. I'm glad they finally have a set lineup and they're all on the same page and firing on all cylinders. Thank you for your work of art.
Aww.
That was it for Afterburner. This album's fucking great.
Yeah, it wasn't a surprise that I liked it. I don't know why. It was kind of disappointing that I didn't not like it. Does that make sense? It was because I liked the last album so much.
Yeah.
That I expected to walk into this one and say, but I was
kind of
so good.
I was kind of the same way, and I think there's only one or two songs that, like, I like them, but I don't like them like the other ones. off this album.
Sure.
I think lyrics lie, and the song where he speaks in Spanish.
That was such an interesting.
It's interesting. I listened to it the other day, and I was like, okay, it's not that bad, but it's not my vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So, but overall, this album's fucking amazing.
I have an amazing album.
Yeah?
I'm really excited about this one. So, Roper, I'm a huge 4 Year Strong fan. I'm a huge 4 Year. He's looking at all my records on the wall. I love 4 Year Strong. Their last record was severely underrated. So, all right, Enemy of the World is probably my favorite 4 Year Strong record. But everyone seems to think their best record is Roper. Can you answer this?
Rise or Die Trying?
Exactly. And I love every single record they put out.
Yeah.
Well, there is the exception of the one I can't think of that only has one good song on it off the top of my head. Oh, man.
Is it on your wall?
No.
Okay. That's probably why.
But I don't know. It's a different sound to them. But
oh, I know which one you're talking about. It's the one with Go Down in History on it.
No, that's the EP. That's a great EP.
Oh, okay.
So, through extensive research,
so much
scrolling
research.
through Spotify,
so much.
The record I was talking about is called In Some Way, Shape, or Form, and the song I was like that I really like is Stuck in the Middle.
Yeah.
And the rest of the record, I haven't really given too fair of a shot. Like I haven't listened to it multiple times, but wasn't something I fell in love with. Unfortunately,
what year did that one come out?
2011.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was. I know exactly which one you're talking about now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just not my favorite. But anyway, we're not talking about those records, Roper.
Yeah, because that album came out 9 years ago, dude.
Yeah, but you know what album came out this year?
What is that?
It's called Brain Pain.
Ooh, I can feel it in my brain.
The pain.
The pain.
Dude, so something about this record. When the first track released, which I'll get to in a sec, I was instantly buying anything I could. I was so stoked for this record, and I gotta say, it did not. It's not my favorite 4 Year Strong record. I bet it's very similar to you and Dance Gavin Dance. 4 Year Strong's always been like my top 5 favorite artists.
They're such a sleeper band for me. I always forget that I love them.
Oh, dude! But you put on a song and you're like,
and
here we go.
I'm like ready to go.
They put on some of the best live shows I've ever seen in my life. I
think I've seen them almost as much as I've seen State Champs. Just because they're always opening up for other people.
I've seen them 2 or 3 times, and each time they are. Fun fact: they are the only band that I've stage dived to, or crowd surfed. I should say crowd surfed too. Yeah, I've only crowd surfed to 4 Year Strong. It's always been to fuck. What song is it? Pause. Through extensive research, I was scrolling through Spotify. I have determined the song is "Find My Way Back."
Now, what distinguishes that song for you to crowd surf?
That was my favorite song by them for a very long time.
Okay.
And I think the message behind it's super great. And there's like this point where I like in the song where I was like, I finally picked up my like nerves.
Yeah.
I'm always the person catching people that are crowd surfing. And I was like, not today. Oh, but it's so funny. The first time I ever crowd surfed, this guy like got on all fours and was like letting people jump off his back to do a crowd surf. And I did it, and then I fell.
Ooh.
I slipped on him and I fell. And the dude, like everyone was kind of like making sure I was good. And I was like, oh, dude, I fucked up. And the guy was like, no, man, you're doing it. You're doing it. I feel like I owe it to that dude, whoever it is.
Good job, all fours guy.
Yeah, man. What a fucking dude. Yeah, he got me up there. And it's such an amazing experience.
It is.
To fucking crowd surf.
I've only done it once at a Mayday Parade concert. I kicked some poor girl in the face.
Katie, don't.
I don't remember what song it was to. This was like when I was still in high school. I think it was junior in high school.
Man, I'm super curious what song it was.
Stone Ages.
That's like just one.
It's probably Jamie All Over, but
that's a fair song to do.
I would if I had to put my finger on it, it would be that one.
All right. I gotta talk about this album.
Anywho,
this is 4 Year Strong's 7th studio record.
Wow,
I didn't realize that they had 7 of them.
These guys have been around since 2001.
Yeah,
they've been a band since then,
and they fucking kill it every time. So this record is such an intense record with every instrument used to their full potential.
Oh, yeah.
Like there isn't an instrument that's being wasted. The production on it also is fucking phenomenal. It may not be my favorite 4 Year Strong record, but it quickly found a place in my heart. I'm gonna start out with Mouthful of Dirt.
Yeah.
Feel something, anything. I wanna feel something, anything. I wanna feel something.
So what I liked, the intro guitar that stays with the song up until the chorus is built on so damn well. So it goes like dun 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 ba dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
I can't fucking do it justice.
I closed my eyes and I thought I was hearing the guitar.
Did you?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm better than I thought I was.
Perfect, dude.
I should start an a cappella group. The chorus is simple but catchy and gives you that sing-along feel that I've really enjoyed from these guys.
Yes.
Because they either have like a really like intense yelly song or like a catchy song.
Yeah.
And I always prefer the catchy songs. That's just kind of who I am. But jumping into the lyrics here, tipping the scales in the wrong direction, biting my tongue until it bleeds. You saw the panic washing over my face, and now you're watching me rinse and repeat. Ooh, man. Something about blood in like lyrics always really grabs my attention. I don't know why.
Because it's probably messy.
Oh, baby, is it? Always expecting the worst. I'm pleading my case with a mouthful of dirt. I'm hoping to bury you with every word that's left unspoken. And then they go into their catchy chorus. It's like, I want to feel something, anything. I want to feel something, anything. I want to feel something, anything. And I don't need to self-medicate. I'm already numb. Fucking dude. I don't know.
Good.
I fucking dig it so much. It took my first two were so they're definitely like the number two, but like number three was hard to pick because there was a lot of tracks that it could have been, but I stuck with Mouthful of Dirt. And I think I
thought you said you suck with Mouthful of Dirt. I'm like, that'd be kind of hard to suck.
I'm full of talent. I managed to get through it. All right, number two. This was the lead single I was talking about earlier called Talking Myself in Circles.
I keep repeating the same thing without any meaning.
All right, so here's what I liked. The bass in this fucking opening.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, you like that shit?
I do.
I
like that.
I don't think I ever fell in love with a song instantly until this song. I can't think of a song where the bass stands out so well.
Yeah.
There's only one other song. It's a Bowling for Soup song.
Fucking love Bowling for Soup.
Yeah.
My dad laughs every time we talk about Bowling for Soup.
Why?
There's this like backstory to it where one of his students was telling me a story about when he was in college, and he's just like, yeah, you know, we were in a band and stuff. We were playing guitars and we were hammered drunk. And these girls are like, can you play Bowling for Soup? And he's like, yeah, we can play Bowling for Soup. And then we played Bowling for Soup. And my dad just thinks that's the funniest shit ever. So every time, like when Ian was talking about Bowling for Soup on our cellist episode, like my dad texted me, he's like, why does Bowling for Soup keep coming up? I'm like, because they're awesome.
Dude, Bowling for Soup, first of all, Bowling for Soup is a great band.
They are.
And they are very much like, they're kind of like Bowling for Soup.
Yeah.
But no, it should be more like, fuck, Bowling for Soup here, baby.
They're one of the reasons why I like pop punk.
Yeah, I think I got, like, 1985 was definitely a staple in my life forever. And I like how people keep thinking Stacy's Mom is written by them.
I know.
But it's not.
And they even covered it.
Yeah, they covered
Yeah.
it. Man, they're funny. They're a funny band. I really like Jared, the main dude. He's a really funny guy.
He looks like he ate himself, though. Have you seen how big? I'm sorry. I love you guys. Bowling for Soup. It's late. I'm sorry, dude.
I just wanted to sit in silence and see how much you kept talking. Okay, all right.
Such an asshole.
The guitars have some really cool screeching sounds that
Yeah.
break up the song a little bit so it doesn't get too repetitive, which I really dig. And the yelling vocals are top notch, and I can't get over how great fucking they sound. I love it. I love it so much. They're so good at everything they do. Dan and Alan have to be some of the best vocalists in the scene. And it's so funny because they don't see themselves as vocalists, they see themselves as like guitarists.
Yeah.
Which also you can't really beat them in that regard either. So it's like you guys just do everything right. So some lyrics. Talk is cheap. You caught me on another losing streak. I wish you didn't have to watch me bleed back to blood as I pick up all the pieces that are left of me. I should say that when he sings Talk is cheap, that's the first line of the song. It goes, Talk is cheap.
Yeah.
It just fucking grabs your throat. Like whenever I hear this song, I just picture Dan and Alan grabbing my throat somehow at the same time, and just like fucking telling me to listen. You know, they're like, "You're gonna listen to this song," and I'm just like,
Listen, bitch.
and I'm like fucking bobbing my head because it's a bop. And then what's with the attitude? How about a little bit of gratitude? Forgive my sweet and sour point of view, because I already know the truth of what you think of me. Try to look at the bright side. Maybe I'm just burnt out. I'm always really curious about how they come up with the lyrics to their songs.
Yeah.
Because they have like really happy, normal lives outside of this career.
Yeah.
From what I've been told. Like, literally, I can't remember which one's which. I believe it's Alan who owns, like, a Christmas tree farm.
That makes sense.
It
makes so much sense now.
Yeah, it's such an interesting thing. But, yeah, like, the dude fucking just sells Christmas trees as, like, a side hobby. Who else does that? And then I'll jump into the chorus here. I keep repeating the same thing without any meaning. Without any meaning. Just hope that it takes me back to the beginning. I just keep talking myself in circles, talking round and round in circles, talking round and round, just hoping that it takes me back to the beginning. I love this fucking album.
It's so good.
I love this album. But my number one, Learn to Love the Lie.
I don't wanna be the one to stay. I don't wanna be the one that got away. And if I'm being honest, you
I fucking love this song.
I think this is maybe the catchiest song off my list.
Yeah.
I think it may be my number one song off the whole entire list. I don't know. It's definitely like in the top 3 for sure. But I did say this may be the catchiest chorus of 2020. I can't help but yell it at the top of my lungs. I also really dig the message behind the song. 2 people that aren't working out but are too afraid to leave each other. I didn't expect a topic like this from them, which really gives me, like I said before, they have these happy lives, or that's how it's portrayed at least.
Yeah.
And then they had this song, and I wonder what inspired it. I did try to look up the meaning behind the song and the story, and I couldn't find anything. So one day maybe I'll have a chance to ask them.
Maybe.
But the lyrics goes, I wish it was just another day, another ordinary, not extraordinary, just a boring Sunday morning when doing nothing's the only something we've got planned. But not today. We're falling apart, and it's showing that we're basically just trapped in captivity, wishing our way out.
So let me cross my fingers behind my back. I love
Get
that
into
part.
that part, Roper.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I like to like leave like the pre-chorus and the chorus for last because that's the catchiest part.
Yeah.
I don't live in Massachusetts.
No, but if it had a loyalty.
Yeah. God, you're clever, Roper. If Massachusetts had a I can't even say it right now. If Massachusetts had a loyalty, I hope it wouldn't choose you over me. And if you're wondering what keeps me up at night, it's thinking that you might be right.
Yeah, I love that part of the song.
I do too. It really catches me because it feels like it would be really hard to put Massachusetts as like a lyric in a song. I don't know why, but I really dig that they're like calling out their fucking state. I think that's so cool. And then as Roper was saying, just let me cross my fingers behind my back and I'll swear on anything you want me to after that. I've heard that if I cross my heart, then I'd have to die. If you don't want to say goodbye, then I guess you'll have to learn to lie. You and me, we ain't nothing but enemies. Pretending that's
exactly how it's supposed to be. I don't want to be the one who stayed. I don't want to be the one that got away. And if I'm being honest, you couldn't get rid of me anyway.
I don't want to be the one to say,
What the hell, for heaven's sake? I don't want to be the one that got away.
Oh my God.
Dude, that is such a catchy chorus.
Yeah, we were jumping up just singing
I know.
it.
I remember the first time I heard it, and like I share everything. I share a lot of my music that I listen to on Spotify. I sent it to my friend Mel. She's like, such a cute song, but it's kind of sad. And I'm like, yeah, it's great.
It's perfect. Yeah, the line, what the hell, for heaven's sake, which is like just bouncing back like with yin and yang almost.
Yeah.
But whenever I have the opportunity to sing that song at the top of my fucking lungs, I literally was singing it today and I like blew my lungs out in the car.
I sang it today too.
That's so good, dude.
Such a good song. This I feel really bad that I just like, because when this album came out, this was when I kind of like dropped off of pop punk for a while this year.
Oh, too
and
bad.
so I just I missed it until like probably until the middle of the summer, and I was like, God damn, they put out a fucking banger.
Yeah.
With this song, and it's, dude, it's such a great song. This is such a great pick, dude.
It's a treat. It was hard not to put it at my number one.
Yeah.
So let me wrap this up by saying 4 Year Strong has got to be one of the best. They just play their instruments so well. They're like Dance Gavin Dance in the way that they have their instruments, and in my mind, I feel like they have them mastered. These guys can sing at the top of their lungs while like playing licks on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's fucking incredible. And they have the stage presence. Like, if you ever have an opportunity to see 4 Year Strong,
Oh, absolutely.
even if you didn't like pop punk, I think you could get something really cool out of it.
The first time I saw them, like I was in kind of a bad spot. I was over by like all the PAs, and it was at Warped Tour, so I was just getting nothing but bass, like right in my fucking grill, all like through the whole set. And then eventually, like we moved over towards the pit, and like I'm not a mosh pit guy, but dude, it was insane. And I think I had to be in 19 at the time. Oh, it's just fucking great. And I think I've seen them 4 or 5 times after that too, and just I cannot explain how much I love this band. And I can't believe, like, I should be such a bigger fan of this band, because every time I put them on, I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember that song. Oh yeah, I remember that song. And I'm like, what the fuck, Roper? Like, get with it.
Get with it, Roper. It's okay. I'm going to send you a 4 Year Strong song to listen to for the rest of the year.
Okay, good.
It's only like a week, so.
Yeah.
Roper, I'm under the impression that we both have the same number one.
I am under the impression that we do.
How about you say your number 3, then I'll say my number 3.
Okay.
And then we'll bounce back and forth.
Should we introduce the album?
No. Let's just talk about the songs.
Okay.
Roper, this is my favorite titled album of the year, and my favorite album of the year by one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
And that is You'll Be Fine by Hot Mulligan.
Dude, I've said multiple times, I think once an episode, like, I listen to this album once a week, or like almost once a day. Definitely more than once a week. Like,
yeah, no, I keep coming back to it.
I don't know what it is, man. It's just like from OG Buell Sky, like fucking. I don't want to shut it off. I don't want to stop listening to it. I will listen to it over and over again, and I haven't got sick of it yet. And it's been out since March.
Yeah, no, they have something special with this band. If this band breaks up, I will have to go into a deep depression.
Dude, I listened to another podcast with them on it today, just kind of to get more of a backstory for this album. But did you know that their drummer plays in the band Kayak Jones?
Oh, I didn't, but Kayak Jones is an Iowa
They're
band.
Iowa band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like them, actually.
And he also played in the band Sudden Suspension.
Don't know that one.
They're from Illinois.
Oh, interesting.
They're kind of part of that second wave of like Knuckle Puck and Real Friends Illinois bands. So like
okay.
Bonfires and Sleep on It.
When you said bonfires, I kid you not, my brain was like bonfires, and then you like pause and it's like and boobs, and I was like, what? I don't know why that happened.
Bonfires and boobies.
Bonfires and boobs. I feel like that's a great pop punk record title.
There we go.
Anyway,
Is that going to be the Leaving Warren's full length LP?
I want to take my music seriously, so yes.
Good choice.
It's been pre-announced. All right, Roper, you want to start with your number 3?
Yeah. All right. My number 3 is We're Gonna Make It to Kilby.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I feel like this song is about, well, he was saying that he lived locally with a bunch of his friends that were just like graduating from college, and they're all moving out, getting new jobs, while he had stayed in the house that they all lived in, and it was just growing more and more empty.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I identified with the song because I have a hard time of letting friends move on and like carry on with their own life. I've gotten a lot better than I used to be, but
Yeah.
I can feel that sort of feeling that he's talking about in this song. So,
Do you know why they called it what they called it?
yeah, I have it written right here.
Oh, well, I knew it.
Did
Just
you-
so
do you
everyone
want-
knows.
Do you want to say
No,
it?
it's okay. You go for it.
The track is named after the luxurious Kilby Court in Salt Lake City. The place is falling apart, but this is from Tades, the lead singer. The place is falling apart, but the shows there are wicked. We blew a tire out on the way there once, and our friend Mark from Forest Green was filling in on guitar. It was a miserable and freezing. We finished swapping the tire out, and Mark screams, "We're gonna make it to Kilby, boys!" And yeah, so
I like that a
Yeah.
lot.
their song titles are so irreverent that like
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't have anything to do with what the actual subject matter is of the song. Okay. Some lyrics that I liked were one that really stuck out in my mind. It's in the first verse where he's like, "Fair weather friends are friends till they go away." Dude, that kind of hits like really hard. I don't know if it's just because like I've gotten older and I've seen so many people who I'm like, "Oh yeah, we're never gonna grow apart," or like this is gonna be awesome. We're gonna live like this forever, and then 5 years down the line, I don't speak with those people anymore, or like
It's depressing, dude.
it's sad. But I mean, it's growing up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got their own shit. You can't be mad at somebody for moving on. Some more lyrics that I liked were "No more new faces, burnt bridge, complacent, vacant rooms, leave traces, long trails to places, far from home, stay patient, less calls, replacements, now no more new faces, burnt bridge, complacent, vacant rooms, leave traces, long trails to places, far from home, stay patient, less calls, replacements." I don't. Yeah. Dude, that's just like, it hit, like reading these lyrics yesterday when I was making this outline, just like it hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, dude. I don't think I could have said it better myself, you know? Because I've lived in a house with people that we lived together, and like we just fucking like hated living together, and we just had falling outs while we were still living together, and everybody was just there for a place to live, and it just was no fun. It was miserable all the time, and you can just feel like it was time to go, and then you lose touch with those people, and then you ask around who moved in to your spot in the house, and you're just like, oh yeah, that guy who like kind of hung around just for like, I don't know, just good people weren't replacing our spots. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to watch people grow apart, and especially, you know, the part in my life that I'm thinking about, like I was 20 and like all these friends that I had since high school. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna grow up and we got so much big dreams and plans for each other. And then a year later, we're all just like, don't talk. And it's gotten better since then. It's been 8 years since then, but
Yeah, I've been incredibly fortunate in my life to like not have very many fair weather friends.
yeah,
I think a lot of it's just like it's a two-way street. You gotta fucking
absolutely.
You gotta put your shit out there. And I feel bad. My buddy Doug today, I told him yesterday I was gonna call him today, and it just slipped my mind. And he was like, "Asshole, call me tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh shit, man, that's my bad." But like, you know, I don't think I'm a lucky person. I really don't. I think anything that I have has come from like grit and determination.
You fucking earned it.
Other than like the great people that just walk into my life for no reason. I wouldn't trade that for anything.
Yeah.
Get a little emotional with some Hot Mulligan.
Yeah.
You got anything more on that song?
Dude, it's like his vocals, Tade's vocals are insane. And then same with Chris, who plays guitar and he's got more so of the higher pitched voice.
Yeah, they work so well together.
They bounce off each other really fucking well. And I think that's one of the things that makes this album so good because they transition so seamlessly. Like, it's not jarring. And they were saying too, like, one of their big influences was like Taking Back Sunday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, like, if you listen to, like, the first album, which is slipping my mind, fuck.
I'm so bad. I barely know that
Sunday.
band.
Yeah. I just bought it, too. Damn it. Anyways, but...
Put your money where your mouth is. Come on.
The vocal mix-up between Adam LaRaza and John Nolan, like, their transitions... They have such distinct different voices where it's almost refreshing to hear when John Nolan comes in singing in like You're So Last Summer or something like that. Like, but these guys, like, their transitions are seamless where it's almost like it doesn't matter who sings. In my opinion, it's just fucking great. These guys are amazing, and this is like their album that's gonna fucking skyrocket them. If they already haven't, you know.
I think they've gained so much traction from this record alone. I feel bad that they didn't start with the first record, though, because I think that record's just as amazing as this one.
Yeah.
Can I go to mine, Roper?
Yeah, go for it.
First of all, I just want to say that this is Hot Mulligan's only their second studio record.
I know, isn't that
Sophomore
insane?
slump, no such thing with the great Hot Mulligan. I have so much to say about this record. I was looking forward to this release as soon as I finished their first record. Like, I literally listened to the first record. I was like, I need more music like this. And I really tried searching far and wide. And I found some good bands in the process, but nothing that fit the Hot Mulligan bill.
I know. They're so unique. I've been following them since Honest and Cunning.
Really?
That EP, yeah.
I think I didn't discover them until right when Pilot dropped.
Yeah. Pilot's fucking great too.
So good. I really feel like this band has something special to them, and this record shows they are going to top the charts as their career continues.
Yes.
So my number 3 was Backyard.
Yeah.
I like this song. It starts with like a simple, clean guitar, and the vocalist not holding back while screaming with everything he's got, you know? And I think it's a testament to show how much control you have over your voice if all you really have is like, it's like basically a clean guitar is just an acoustic guitar pickups in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And this kid's like screaming over that.
Yeah.
You don't have any drums to like hit with the rhythmic value that you really need, or you don't have other instruments masking potential issues with your voice. No, he just he just wails it, man. He's amazing.
He's so good.
I really dig the lead guitar that chimes in. Really adds some texture towards halfway through the first verse, and the scream in the bridge gives me chills.
Yeah.
So some lyrics. Play in the backyard where the grass and spider webs grow up next to us. Say, what's your interest? Tell me how you plan to give up on all of them.
So.
I think that's like a super... I hear this line, and one of my best friends when I lived with him in Florida, he told me one day, and I've quoted this a lot, but he said, "Hunter, you're an idea guy. You have all these great ideas, but you never follow through with them."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck, you're 100% right."
Yeah.
And I've really tried changing my life after
Yeah.
I fucking heard him say that. And I think the line, "Tell me how you plan to give up on all of them."
Yeah.
I think that just relates. Not quite the same thing, but for whatever reason, it hits the same chill bone
Yeah.
in me. Write like a kid, can't create anything that's worth the ink, that's worth the page I'm wasting. Makes me feel like I haven't made anything. Makes me feel. And but that last feel, he's like, makes me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's fucking perfect, dude. And then you're better off in the clouds as we fade, barely leaving a semblance of what we thought it might or thought it meant to grow up. When things don't get better, no things don't get better, just different.
That's my favorite part of the song.
The bridge is definitely my favorite part, but I will say like things don't get better, just different.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And I mean like that's true for some people, but I romanticize like being sad sometimes.
Yeah.
And I feel like the lead singer does the same thing.
Yeah.
Because that's something I feel like I would write.
Well, in that podcast that I listened to earlier, the reason why a lot of his lyrics are so sad is because Chris, their guitar player, had told him to write more literal instead of trying to beat around the bush, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So he it comes out sad, you know? I guess I don't know where I'm going.
Oh, no, dude. I mean, that's like initially when you're writing music is a way to outlet your problems.
Yeah.
And not like you don't just I guess I don't at least. I can't just sit down and write a happy song unless I'm like trying to write a happy song.
Yeah.
Which I never do. Like I write music because that's my outlet.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a very similar situation with these guys.
I believe so. And that's what he was saying too. It's like that's the way that he writes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of his songs are hard for him to write as opposed to sing them out because he gets all these thoughts in his head and he has to put himself in a certain place. And that's where a lot of his emotion comes out. So,
yeah, he's great. I'm in love with him. Anyway, Roper, what's your number 2 on this record?
I picked Analog Fade.
So another person, no, you side behind the curtains. I hear you finding college.
Okay.
This song is kind of like we're gonna make it to Kilby, but this song is actually about his fiance and how she was going to. She just graduated college, and she was looking at grad schools, and like he wasn't sure where exactly she was going to look at them. So like essentially he went with her to go look at these schools and brought all of his stuff with him, and like he was kind of like preparing himself if she was going to leave him. Now he's like fiance, or now they're engaged.
Mm.
And like they're still like together, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, he said, "I didn't know where she was planning on going to grad school. I also didn't know if she wanted me to come with her. It left me in a weird spot where I'm supporting the person I love when they might be leaving me." So that's kind of tough, dude.
That's a really tough situation.
Yeah,
you want the best for that person, but you also want to be happy in the process.
So, I relate to this too because when I was graduating high school, my best friend, like from the age of 3, he decided that he wanted to move to Arizona. And this is the first time we had never like gone to school together. And so like it was really hard for me to like cope with that because like we did everything together.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where my some form of separation anxiety forms. Me having a hard time of letting go of people. And same like a couple of years later, some other friends decided to move to Illinois for better jobs. They ended up coming back 6 months later, but in the moment when they told me, I was like, dude, we got a good thing going here. Like, why the fuck do you want to move somewhere where you don't even like know what's going to happen to you? You don't even know if you're going to like it.
How could you move somewhere that I'm not?
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt at the time. And then my sister, when she ended up going to college, she went to Wyoming and just like left like everything that she really knew behind just to like try out school. But by the time my sister had went to college, it just like kind of made sense, you know? It's like, all right, you need to go find your own path. And that's kind of like what woke me up to being like less selfish about letting people go. But that's my relation to the song. Some lyrics that I like is leave if you need to go, I understand, but see my perspective of what I'm losing again. Drive across the country, you're looking out the window. You're staring at the mountains, I know I'm going to lose you soon. Leave, you'll be fine, just forget all about me. See, I've got nothing left, I gave it all to you. Leave, you'll be fine, just forget all about me. I've got nothing left, I gave it all to you. And like right when I first heard this song, it stuck out in my mind with that part. I just remember like driving with my sister to go like look at colleges, and we were on like a family vacation, just did a random ass like college visit to Wyoming, and like I just kind of knew. She's like, no, this is where I want to go. I'm like, great, so you're moving 8 hours away from all of us. But
it's a hard situation, man.
Yeah.
It's like you really do dump all your time and love into people, and then sometimes they're not always going to be around.
Yeah.
You
and
know?
it's hard, but as you get older, you realize everybody's got their own path and their own things that they want to accomplish on their own, and it might not always align with you. But what you should do in that situation is still try and be in their life. Don't cut them off completely, or I know you may fall out of it, but just check up on them every once in a while, you know?
Yeah.
That
makes me sad.
Yeah. But that's all I got for that song. It's fucking great.
Ooh. Well, I get to talk about another song I've already talked about. It's called Green Squirrel in Pretty Bad Shape.
Ooh, yeah.
I want to keep this one brief.
Okay.
Because I feel like I did a good job explaining it last time.
Yeah, you did a really good job.
But I love this song because it's not sung by the normal lead singer.
No.
It's such an emotional song that really manages to capture the emotion of past relationships that didn't end in the best way. And I feel like we've all had that, you know? The name a relationship. I can't imagine someone going through life and having a relationship that every time it ended, they were like, yeah, it was a good thing.
That was great.
You know, there's always one person that's left longing, I guess.
Yep.
Some lyrics I love. West Coast sunrise, looking at your new clothes and brown eyes. It's been 4 years since I last saw you like this. In my mind, you were one of my favorite vices. I fall back to you like I never left. Seeing lines about you I can't forget. Bad habits looking back at me, and alone at the ocean doesn't do it for me. I think I said this last episode, but the line, you were one of my favorite vices.
Yeah.
I think I use a lot of women that I was interested in or dating as vices.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
Because that's not what it should be.
No.
But I think it's something you do when you're young.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can still use that excuse for the next couple of years. I start to think that we're just different people, but when I let you in on things that no one knows, but then I let you in on things that no one knows, and I'd say anything to get you out of your clothes. Those nights back in 15, we lied to your family. Getting older now, I think maybe they were right about me. This can't be it. And I've been in plenty of relationships where the family fucking hated me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
And I feel like the reason why like my relationship failed with a lot of those women is because of my family, or not my family, their family.
Yeah.
Hating me, putting pressure on me to be this godlike person, when it's like, I'm just a fucking high schooler.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you expect?
It's so intimidating when you're in high school and you're dating people because like the dads always try to act like super hard.
Yeah.
And then you find out that one flaw about the dad and then you expose him for it. And then
whoa, what the fuck? I feel like this is a CSI episode or something.
I don't know. I just have this weird way of like, I can talk to people and like at first I'm intimidated, but once I find one human quality in them, I'm just like, I'm like, okay, they're not so bad. Like I dated this girl when I was in 8th grade. She was my first girlfriend. And her dad was like always acting like he was a hard ass to me. And then I shook his hand and found out he had 4 fingers. And I'm like, all right, he's not that scary.
One missing finger is all it took for Roper to be confident.
Yeah, 14-year-old me had a lot of confidence.
Hey, I know I'm a fucking mess these days. Don't do anything but sulk and sleep, and maybe we can talk this through, or I'll change something. And I'm so sorry. And I'm so
sorry. This can't be. Yeah.
Is that Nickelback?
Yeah.
I didn't know they did a cover of the song. Yeah. So I will just say this song has left a mark on me because I think it's incredibly relatable.
It's so good.
I love every second of this song. So hell yeah, great job. I hope that you heard the episode where I really went into it because I just didn't want to spend a lot of time talking about something. If
you guys haven't heard it, it's our episode, our sad boy songs.
Yeah, Sathems.
Mm-hmm. Check it out if you haven't.
We really get into good shit. But Roper, go to your number 1, my man.
My number 1 is Dirty Office Bongos.
I think that's so funny because that was one of the sleeper songs for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's because I've started listening to this album religiously that sleeper songs start to stick out to me, and this is definitely one of them. And reading the lyrics and kind of finding out the meaning behind this song, I found it super relatable, and I think like after I explain it, you might too. Mm-hmm. So this song is about Tade's their lead singer. He lives 6 hours away from where all of his family is, and he's just kind of like. He's anxious about phone calls because like he's scared that he's gonna miss out on like life events, like say someone dying. Like the example he uses is his grandma. Like if he's too scared to pick up the phone and call back home, like what if he misses out on like her passing or something like that? And so I don't know. My backstory with that too is like I'm really bad. And I'm trying really hard to get better at it. But, like, my grandparents are definitely getting up there. And they're always like, oh, you should come by. And I'm always like, yeah, I will. And then I just put it off to a point where I don't do it or I only see them on special events.
Yeah.
And I feel like one of these times I'm going to, like, it'll be, like, the last time I won't even know it. And I'm really going to fucking regret it. So I think this song kind of helped me realize that, too. And, like, think more about, hey, I should be better about going to see them. And some lyrics are, I don't know why I'm anxious. It's hard to say. I know I fucked up again. I don't mean to neglect it. An invitation, an open hand to pull me out of this pit. I don't want to disappoint again. Pretty fucking deep.
Cool.
Yeah. Hold on, fuck. It seems I should grow, replace me, a better family. He'll act his age. He'll know how to cope with what I've made. And then it goes right into the chorus of, I hope you know that I kept all the notes that you sent. It's hard to call home. You waited for days, dial and disconnect, put off for too long because someday you'll be gone. I won't notice away in some state when I get the call.
That's so sad.
I know.
It's like, oh, you're going on tour, and yeah, you're missing everything that's where you came from.
Yeah. And, like, it made me think a lot about my life, and, like, I'm like, I don't know if I just need to get better on checking up on everybody, you know?
I think it's a problem a lot of our...
I think
we're so busy. You know, we're adults that have full-time jobs that have other activities like running a podcast.
Yeah.
You know, like we're busy people, but we don't... It's not... That doesn't mean we don't love our family and friends.
You just feel bad because, like, my grandparents are retired and they don't really... They have their own activities and, like, they leave the house, but... I mean, they thrive off of our lives, you know? Mm-hmm. They want to know everything that we're up to. So I just feel like I need to get better about checking in on them. So, yeah. I wrote, this song is emotionally packed with vocals from Tades and Chris. The song is pretty emotional overall, so that's all I got.
I hope you know... Well, how's that first part?
I hope you know that I kept all the notes that you sent.
Yeah, I really like that line a lot.
I think what hooked me to is the, like, right away, he's like, and I don't know why I'm anxious.
That is a good part.
Sucks you in, dude.
Yeah, I have a Wonder Years lunchbox in my closet, and I put all of the birthday and Christmas cards I get in it. Because I'm afraid of throwing that stuff away.
Yeah.
So that's super relatable. All right. Are you ready for my number one?
Number one. This was, if I didn't pick those other three songs, this song's probably my favorite song off of this album.
It's definitely my favorite song. And that is Equip Sunglasses.
It's good to hide. Isn't it popping vines? This is showing quite a stranger to feel some blood on your fingers.
Now, I want to just start by saying that my cousin's fiance is here for a few days and staying with me, and he's like a super giant Dance Gavin Dance fan, or like some really heavy shit, you know. He likes heavy songs.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend, him and I are sitting in my basically my living room watching music videos, and I'm like, and his name is Mario, and I'm like, Mario, you gotta check this band out. And I start typing Hot Mulligan, and Jamie's like, ugh, Hot Mulligan. She hates Hot Mulligan, and I hate that she hates Hot Mulligan. It makes me so mad, because how dare someone I care about so much care so little about one of my favorite bands?
It's a goddamn shame.
It is. But anyway, I'm like, so I kind of warned him. I'm like, you're either going to love or hate the lead vocalist's sound, you know?
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right. And he listens to it. He's like, yeah, I kind of like it, but I don't really like the guitar. And I was like, we're done here, Mario. So I thought he's such a quiet dude. It's so funny if you know him.
To level up, Mario.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, okay. Stop with your Nintendo puns. So I said the song has such a simple but catchy guitar with just the mute strumming.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe that more people don't do stuff like that. I was getting to that. The lead guitar has a really great lick, is what I wrote. And the lyrics are incredibly original and catchy at the same time. Quite the feat. The yelling is everything I want in pop punk.
I want that.
I want it, baby.
I want that so
So
bad.
the lyrics come out hitting strong with head on a pike. I already fucked up. Head on a pike, plain and vacant tonight as you cry through your phone. Let the masses support all the hate that you spit.
Keep a mouth full of shit.
See your smile out of town and our shirt that you sport. Woe is me. Eavesdrop in class. Keep your ear to the glass. Woe is me. I can't believe I'd never heard the line "Woe is me" in a song.
Really?
Yeah. What other song? Name another song right now. Doesn't matter. It's getting harder. Nope, you're done. It's getting harder not to lose myself when you clearly wanted someone else. Staying awake because I never feel safe at home. Double check the locks and hide my phone.
I love that part.
Me too, dude.
Double check the locks. Yep, go ahead. Keep going, I'm sorry.
Roper. Trying to drink away peripheral ghosts. Turn out the lights. It's my fault. I'm never alone. I wish I knew more to this story. If you do, feel free to jump in as soon as I'm done with this last part. It's good to hate, isn't it? Popping veins, dissonance, draw and quarter a stranger to feel some blood on your fingers. You take away robbery. follow trends as a hobby, find flaws in everything else because you don't like yourself. Woe is me.
Woe is me.
Eavesdrop in class. Keep your ears to the glass. Woe is me. Yeah, no, his fucking screaming is everything.
I know.
It's so great.
Then that fucking guitar lick is so good.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what I got. Do you have anything you want to add on this song?
No. It's fucking great. Sorry, I can't.
No, I'm just an asshole. That is our top 5 albums of 2020. This was a long ass list, so I'm gonna quickly go through some honorable mentions that we decided to mention. 2020, Knuckle Puck. There's this one song on there that I really, really liked. I can't think of it. Ground Shaker or something like that.
Earthquake?
Earthquake? Yeah, that's probably
That's what earthquakes do.
Life in Slow Motion by our new friend Goalkeeper. Yeah, Ryan from Goalkeeper was on, and we talked about this record a little bit.
Yeah,
it was such a fun time. Self-titled, No Pressure, which is Parker Cannon's new project. I don't know if I'm assuming it's something he's going to continue, or if it was just a one-off. I like this a lot, but the amount of fucking love for this record blew me away.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe so many people like this.
I think
EP.
it's what, after the Proper Dose, I think it's what people wanted. Which
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But I love the Proper Dose. I think I love anything by Story So Far. So
I think the Story So Far just has more production value, and maybe that's why I liked it more.
Yeah.
Like this sounded like GarageBand, which is fine. It just wasn't what I expected.
Yeah, it's good.
It is very good. In Sickness and In Flames, the Front Bottoms, which was probably going to be my number 5 if not for Brave Faces, everyone.
Yeah.
Really dug this record. Montgomery Forever is a killer song. No Dream, Jeff Rosenstock. Have you listened to that?
I have not.
That's definitely my pick. Jeff Rosenstock is a fucking punk legend, and No Dream was an album that just kind of came out of nowhere that kind of blew me away. Really enjoyed that. I put Wake Up Sunshine, All Time Low. I think the production on that record was just phenomenal. A lot of work that went into it. Monsters is a song I will yell in my car by myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Ugly is Beautiful, Oliver Tree, which has the best music videos I've ever seen in my life.
He just
Shut the fuck up.
He just creeps me out.
You just don't like him
dude.
because he's ugly.
I don't know. He's just weird.
Weird.
I don't know how to gauge him, dude. There's some music that I like by him, then there's other stuff where I was like, God, his voice is annoying.
Oh
but
man, I don't know. I think it's great, honestly.
it works for him though.
It was just something I could never put on my top 5 because it's
not pop punk.
There is so many pop punk elements. It's so good. I like it a lot.
He's all right.
Hello, It's You, Bearings.
Oh yeah,
That was a great
This
one.
was a close one that we put on.
Yeah, I'd like to talk more about that record
Yeah.
sometime. Big Vibe, Seaway, that was for me.
That was on my list, dude.
Yeah, but it was one of mine.
That's your honorable mention.
Silver Linings, Less Than Jake. I just want to say, if anyone has actually sat down and listened to this record all the way through, I want to know your opinion because to me, like, it's not... So with Vinny not being a part of the band anymore, their ex-drummer, I think the song sounds very different. Or their songs sound very different. Also, for whatever reason, the electric guitars in the mix are really low, and I think it would have benefited them to raise those up.
He's been very conflicted about this album.
Yeah,
for a while.
at one day I'm like in love with it, and the next I'm like, yeah, but you know, like I don't know. So definitely that's why it didn't make my top 5. And then Eggy Pocket, Bill Murray.
Yeah, this one was really close to making my list.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was either this or Big Vibe.
That was probably my biggest surprise hit all year.
Dude, I was listening to it today and I'm like, God damn it, I should have put it on there. It's awesome.
It's so great. Also, I forgot to mention, the Wonder Years released their Burst and Decay Volume 2 EP this year.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I thought I'd mention that because there is some great-ass reimagining of songs.
Yeah.
But you know what they did do? They literally, and this is the worst thing that Wonder Years has ever done, they literally ruined Passing Through a Screen Door on that.
You think so?
There is a cover... Or not a cover. There is a reimagined version of Passing Through a Screen Door before Burst and Decay Volume 2 ever came out that they did for Puerto Rico during the earthquakes.
I don't know.
There was some tragedy that happened that they were trying to fundraise some money for them so they could donate. And it's the best thing that One of Years have ever done, in my opinion.
Really?
I'm actually going to show you after this. Yes.
Okay.
It is amazing. And then on the actual Burst and Decay, it sounds like trash to me. And I don't know why. I don't know what happened. But no, like, it's just not near as good. And I will forever be salty about that. All right. So that's everything.
That is.
Roper, do you have any final thoughts before our next segment?
All these albums are great.
Yeah.
If you guys have not heard any of these, I do curate a playlist.
I like how you scratched my name out. Yeah, but he does do all the work. I just like to be involved.
I do make a weekly playlist that coincides with each and every episode. Mm-hmm. So all these songs will be featured on there.
Yeah. I like listening to it a lot.
Yeah.
I especially like later on I'll go back and I'll listen to some of the playlists.
It's a nice treat to like say like I've been going back to our sad thumbs that week's and I was like, oh god damn, we had some good ones on there.
Yeah, we really did. So listen to those.
Yep. Not that one in particular, just like check out all of our playlists.
Yeah, and if you don't, then we might be mildly disappointed.
Yeah. I'd prefer if you check out the podcast before the playlist.
Fair.
But it is what it is.
Roper.
Yeah.
To the next segment.
To the next one.
Do you guys have a small up-and-coming band that has a song you'd like to share with our listeners? If so, we would be happy to listen and promote you free of charge if we like what we hear. Go ahead and send us an email at ppespodcast@gmail.com. That's ppespodcast@gmail.com with an audio file of your song, a small bio, and your band and the story behind your song. Yeah, send me your whole band. This week we have the band Southbound.
Nice.
Now, Southbound is an Ontario-based pop punk band joined together in 2018 and have solidified their sound after a series of steady self-recorded releases, leading up to their anticipated 2020 Sandalwood EP with the inspiration from the golden era of 2010's angst-ridden pop punk. Southbound adds their fresh perspective and unique twist on modern alternative music. Also, I just want to say I have listened to their EP. It's very good.
Yeah.
Very good. But I actually reached out to these guys because I really like this song. I think it needs some more recognition. Yeah. And the song is called Sad Days. And they say Sad Days is one of our favorite songs we've been lucky enough to release. Written sometime during the summer of 2019, guitar player Kyle Labar approached singer Austin Berry with a new instrumental idea he had begun working on while on a beach trip. Instantly, Austin fell in love and was obsessed with the song, writing the lyrics and recording a rough demo the same day, which was a lot of work. We know the song was a departure from the sound we were creating for our Sandalwood EP, so we decided to release it as a single a couple months ahead of Sandalwood's release as a thank you to our friends and fans for being so patient with the EP. I love when bands do shit like that.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Let's just listen to the song real quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Waking up, scratch my head, grab a smoke, I feel brain dead. Step outside, rub my eyes, and I'll see that it's a new day for you and me. The sunrise, no disguise, I'll think upon my life, or turn off the light, I just might play it in case decide. This day's gone to waste, but it ain't no crying shame. It's my day, it's your day, let's go a little insane. The Saturdays have gone away, don't stay. The rain'll come back another day, but not today. And everything will soon change. Will I say not today? Let's kick it back, just relax, and let the sun come in through all the window cracks. little wax to me, let's smoke some weed and float this dream. Is this real life for me? 'Cause this feels right to me. The sad days have gone away. The rain will come back another day, but not today. When everything will soon change, will I say not today?
Roper.
Yo.
What did you think?
Dude, I loved it. He's got this nice, like, scratchy, unique vocals that really stuck out to me.
And it's catchy, man. It's
Yeah.
so catchy.
I need to actually listen to the full EP, which I'll probably do on my way home. Mm-hmm. But I really dug what these guys put out.
Yeah, I think, I really think that this is a band that is going to really pop up in a lot of people's recommends, on like the Spotify algorithm.
I think
I think they're gonna blow up.
Yeah, they'll probably pop up in Spotify algorithms and YouTube algorithms and then blow the fuck up.
Yeah. Fun story about these guys.
Oh, yeah?
I actually discovered them from a playlist my song was added on. And this
really?
this was the first song that was on there, and I instantly fell in love with it.
What playlist is that?
I don't remember. It was some guy making a random playlist on like the Pop Punk Kids.
Nice.
And I was like, he's like, any people have any songs? And I was like, I do.
As a matter of fact, this guy right here.
But this song is such a
Song's tight.
Yeah, such a fucking tight song. Great job, guys.
Yes.
Glad to share with the listeners, and I hope you guys major success in your future.
Yes.
All right. And to the next segment, Rope Dog.
Okay. If you guys want to reach us on any social media platform, we are at PPES Podcast, at PPES Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram,
But not-
and also YouTube.
Oh yeah, we are on YouTube.
Yeah.
Not MySpace though.
No.
No, we had to take it down, unfortunately.
Yeah, Tom's not down with the Emo Supremo kids.
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't know why. But he hasn't changed his profile picture in like 20 years, so I don't really trust him
He's
anyway.
a fucking bot. Tell you what.
All right, Roper, any final thoughts on this very long episode? If you guys made it to the end of this, holy fuck, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And if you need to, well, this is kind of like in hindsight now. If they made it to the end, I'd be like, if you need to take a break, just cut it in half.
Yeah, because they're gonna like skip to the end. Like, I hope they have some advice on
I hope
this.
I hope he tells me how to break this down.
Yeah,
Just have it. Just have it.
yeah, it's very long,
Yes.
and we are very appreciative if you've made it this far, and we
Yes.
want to know your favorite records of the year.
Absolutely.
So-
Hit us up on all of our social medias. I really want to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah, we all check them out, and we love hearing from you guys. So please get to us. Roper, you have 9 words to fill up that you can say.
Don't make me count.
That's only 4.
Why would you do this to me?
No, doesn't work. Here,
It's
watch
too
this.
bad.
I got 9 words. Roper, you are so cool. I love you lots.
You almost had 8 there.
But I had 9, so
But
it's
you had
fine.
9. Good job, buddy.
Thank you, thank you. All right, everyone. If you love Roper, please message him and tell him happy birthday. You would be late a little bit, but he would still appreciate
2
it.
bucks. But thank you anyways. I appreciate it.
I always feel awkward ending these episodes.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like we're like in a relationship with our fans, and we're like, no, you hang up first.
You shut off your phone. No, I said goodnight. Good night.